Go, Yon, San, Ni, Ichi!
Konnichiwa! Konbanwa!
Minasan!
Ohio gozaimasu!
Konnichiwa! Yeah, wherever you are.
Wherever you are, whenever you listen to it, whenever it comes out, whenever you hear the sound of our voices. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talk to Keki. I'm Matt, and to join me, as always, my co-high in this special drinking episode. What's up?
You see how I changed the thing a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, I did just a tiny bit. Added a little drinking episode. It is a drinking episode for those who are listening to us. We're recording on Friday nights.
It is a drinking episode.
I've got a tall Crown and Coke in my hand.
And I got the Angry Orchard. It's nice and cold.
For those who are going to watch some video on demand. Kampai, minasan. Kampai. We've got a lot to talk about, buddy.
We do. Thankfully, not a lot of news.
Thankfully, not a lot of news, but a whole lot of fucking anime, like always. Tell you what.
We dropped, we added.
Yes.
And we're going to do our best. And again, if we skip a couple of things in our individual stuff, we are sorry, but we're watching way too much shit.
Are we, though? Are we really sorry? I don't
know. No, it's just a fuck them.
Fuck them. Right in the pussy.
Like, we're doing our best. You probably watched it if you didn't watch it, and not our fault.
Right.
The only announcement anime-wise is Smartphone Isekai. That's getting a second season coming out in spring 23.
Smartphone Isekai?
Yep. Smartphone. Sorry. In another world with my smartphone. Yeah, I didn't watch the first season, so I don't give a shit.
I mean, if it's got World Ramen News and it's a short season, we can always watch it. But let's see how the first season did. Let's see. We've got time.
6.16.
That sounds mid as fuck.
It's at least it's not a Mobstakai where the mom wants to fuck her kid.
You know, it's entertaining in its own way.
It was bad. I'm sorry. It was the dressless shit. There's this call. Let me fuck my son. That's the original title.
It's not full chromo like we got going on at it. Well, that's full chromo. Well, we have part of
that's full chromo. I bet you if he jerks off, she goes in and say, "Do you need help, Makun?"
Bro, like the fucking what is it? Was it a hentai? Yeah, it was a hentai I was watching, and like the guy fucking jerked off into a napkin, and then he like walked out. He's like, "All right, I gotta go fucking run an errand." So he walks out and to go run an errand. And he's like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet." He goes inside and he sees his fucking sister just fucking sniffing his jizz fucking napkin. And it gets progressively worse. He does it again. He's like, "I gotta go start cooking." And he goes cooking. He's like, "Oh, I forgot my phone in my phone thing." He goes inside. Fucking girl's like fucking gelling to the smell of his fucking jizz in the napkin. It just gets worse and worse and worse. The sister, I should say, the sister or stepsister. I don't know what they were, but it just gets progressively worse and worse and worse. And then they fuck.
That's and then they fucked. Yay, sex.
And then they fuck. What do you think happened? He's gonna be like, "Oh, I'll just overlook it." Nope. Chimpo and Manco.
I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because we got a guest over. They're passed out downstairs, but I think we're good enough here. You can all hear the sound of my voice.
Until I make you laugh.
Yeah, I will try to contain my laughter as much as I can.
I try. Try to get the pop.
Okay. We are going to talk about one we did drop. Let's get it out of the way. Teppen.
Yes.
We dropped Teppen.
For the first time, you and I both dropped the same anime.
Yep. And this was the result. I think the fact that they got rid of an episode kind of killed the vibe.
It did, definitely. And it's just, like we've said before, like in the previous episode we recorded.
Yeah, it's just something.
It's just not our swag, like we're all for comedy anime for sure, but
and we're all for we're all for different styles of comedy, and if done right, it's hilarious. Hell, I think Dragon Gate does it sometimes when Seema was there, talking to the crowd and all that. But other than that, some of these jokes were not landing, and it was just more of.
You know what it is also? I think, when I very first read it, I was under the impression, and I misunderstood, and that's on me, that it was like college girls doing anime. It was like adults. If this was I'm not anime, I'm sorry, comedy. If these were adults making these same jokes, I think it would be funnier. Like if we were getting adult stories, like the guy got fucked up, and then he saw a whore, and then he tried to fuck the whore, but then his friend came over because his wife got like abused, and they go over to the wife's house and they see that it's his brother fucking him, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then the sister's like, hey, that's my ex-boyfriend, and like something like that. See, I just made that up in 3 seconds, and that's automatically funnier than what we were watching on Teppin.
Yeah, so
so if it was more adult
maybe we'll pick it back up if someone says, "Oh, it's getting better." But
I'm probably
right now,
not. I'm probably not, dude. I'm tapped out.
We added more. So
I'm tapped out at 21. I didn't add more per se. I added something you're gonna watch, and that's one that we will talk about at the very beginning. I want to talk about it at the very beginning because it is, let's start off with a banger. Let's start off with the one that I picked up, and we'll let you know what that is after our what's it called? After our
solos.
After our solos, which means I gotta go first because I have more solos.
You do.
Hey, this one to talk about before we dive into solos.
Was there anything else that we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
All right, we're good.
I don't think so. Okay, well,
not that I can think of. So
okay, so we're gonna start off with Ruby because I haven't seen Ruby as of yet. The episode 3 of Ruby has dropped already. So this week coming up tomorrow, as we record, will be the first episode. No, Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday is when Ruby comes out, I believe. Actually, Sunday is when Ruby comes out. So Sunday will be the first episode that I watched since I watched that hour-long special. I learned when I was watching Ruby, or when I was reading about Ruby rather, because they had a couple features on Crunchyroll online on their Crunchyroll news. And basically the first 3 episodes are a recap. They're basically the beginning of the original Ruby series, how Ruby gets, what's it called? How she gets recruited, how all the girls meet, and how they become a team. And it's all basically redone, those first 3 episodes. So it gives you an introduction of who these girls are. Starting from episode 4, which I hope, and I may drop Ruby if it does this. At the end of episode 3, there's a cliffhanger, right? Involving the Snow White girl. I forgot her name.
The girl with the white hair?
Yeah, so and I found out also that Ruby's based Weiss, and I found out that the girls are basically what's it called? It's basically like princesses. They're basically based off of Disney princesses. Let me pull it up really quick. Where's Ruby? Ruby, Soho. Hey, definitely. Sorry. All right. Anyway, so Ruby, based off of Red Riding Hood. Weiss is based off of Snow White. The other girl is based.
We are frozen. We are frozen.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
What the fuck happened?
I have no idea.
Whoa.
Yeah, you were frozen for like a good 20 seconds.
What the fuck? Okay,
Crazy.
and I have low Wi-Fi. It seems connection unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi,
that's what mine is too.
What the fuck? That's weird. Okay, connection is fairly good if you're on Wi-Fi. And now it's gone. What the fuck happened? Okay, so what was the last thing you heard?
You were talking about the Disney princess comparisons.
Okay, so they're basically based off Disney princesses. Anyway, Weiss is the main girl, which I'm very surprised they don't have the other characters. Yang Xiao Long. That's not the
Yang, Blake, Weiss, and Ruby.
There we go. Yang. That's so weird. You have Ruby Rose, and then you have a fucking Chinese as fuck name. Okay, then they're sisters. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they leave off on a cliffhanger with episode 3. So I'm hoping they continue that storyline, and that's the main story that we're gonna get into in episode 4. If they leave us on a cliffhanger on that episode 3, and then nothing fucking happens on episode 4, then I'm just gonna drop it because why? Fucking why? And I attempted to look at some of the some of the episodes from the original one that we talked about that was on Toonami that they have on Crunchyroll, and it's awful. I would
Oh yeah.
never go back.
Oh
I
no.
would never go back and watch that.
Oh no. The original season had awful animation. It improved, but
Dude,
story still shit.
it literally looks like college guys or high school guys trying to like work on animation. And they made
Well,
it.
it technically is. It's Rooster Teeth, the guys that did Red vs. Blue and all that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was like years ago. But,
Yeah, it was on my head.
Way over your head.
Anyway, so that's Ruby. I'm interested to see how that is. We'll find out. I'll let you guys know next week how that went, if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I hope it does because I enjoyed the first like 3 episodes. I thought they were killer. So hopefully it keeps on going. Next one we'll do Isekai Life. I gotta remember what the fuck happened in Isekai Life because that happened fucking back in Tuesday. Shit. So
do the best you can.
I know, goddammit. Basically, with Isekai Life, let me get his name. I always forget these guys' names. I'm watching so many anime, dude. At this stage, it's like it's ridiculous.
As I said, if we hardly remember shit, too bad.
It is ridiculous. Yuji. Okay, anyway, so Yuji, he has to face the big old giant dragon, and his magic isn't really doing too well. So what he has to do is he has to basically get in close combat. So he gets into close combat with his with the sword, not the sword, the little dagger that was given to him by the priest, and he struggles, but with his slimes, with his big old wolf, they do manage to successfully take down the dragon. And so he goes home. He does it quietly. He basically did it behind everybody's back, so I didn't have to worry about casualties or anything like that. So he gets woken up early the next morning after he returns back to his lodging, and he's like, "Oh, a special someone defeated the dragon." But he was woken up by the guildmaster. The guildmaster tells him that, and he's like, "Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy. That's good though. Obviously he knew he's the one who did it." He's like, "How did you know, by the way?" And he's like, "Oh, the priest told me." He's like, "Oh, what's the priest now?" Like, "Oh, the priest left." Like, huh? And they're like, "Yeah, the priest left," and then he, and it's like, okay, well, that's suspicious. So he speaks to the 2 adventurers one more time. What are their names? We don't see. Wow. So they named the fucking they named the slimes before they named the 2 girls that he was adventuring with. Okay, cool. Anyway, so he asked the 2 adventurers, like, "Where's to next?" And they tell him of a city named Ricardo. He's like, "Okay, so we'll travel to Ricardo." So he travels to Ricardo, and what's it called? Along the way, he gets called by the Dryad, and the Dryad's like, "Hey, I need help." And he's like, "Okay, well, what's going on?" And the Dryad is like, "Oh, when you defeated the dragon, it basically like gave off these magical spores that make magical mushrooms. And the magical mushrooms, you're able to take them and pick them, and you're able to make magical potions out of them, including MP restore and health restore." And she's like, "Can you help me pick all of them? And I'll give you like a couple potions for as a reward." He's like, "Okay, cool. I could use the MP restore." Because in the last battle, he struggled. Like he tanked his MP. Like he had like an MP of like 3,000, and one of his like what's it called, damning blows toward the dragon, he was at like negative 19,000 MP, which it makes no sense. He should have died, but okay, he's OP, so it works itself out. So yeah, that happened there. So he uses the what's it called, the slimes. They pick up all the mushrooms. He gets his little potions. Everything's all good. As he keeps going toward the city, he ends up getting caught in a fog, and in the fog, he ends up coming off a peculiar village where nobody says anything. Everybody's smiling, but it's very, very eerie. And the town mayor is kind of shady looking, and he asks Yuji a couple questions, but everything kind of checked out. So he lets Yuji go, right? And Yuji's like, "That was really weird. I think that's very suspicious, but whatever. We're on our way to Ricardo." And then the end of the episode, you see the mayor is actually like some evil guy in cahoots with some other evil guy that I'm sure will be the antagonist of the season, as they develop him or whatever. What is this cat doing?
Oh, he's over what here. Is the cat outside doing?
Just going outside. This cat, bro, like literally beforehand, he's like, just like fucking randomly threw up. Like he's been throwing up a lot. The cat will either eat too much and then throw up, or eat too fast and throw up, or he'll eat and then run around a lot and throw up, or like he'll throw up just bile. And I'm very confused when he throws up bile.
How does that? You gotta get like sensitive stomach type cat food.
Yeah, it seems like it because when he throws a bile, that's why it was like random. Like literally, he was on the cat. Like he's literally on like the on a doormat, and like I'm walking toward the kitchen. He follows me, and all of a sudden he just stops. And he's like bile, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Anyway,
Yeah.
and he also pissed, I think, in a couple places, and he's not fucking fixed. So I hit up my homegirl, and I was like, yo, like I'm gonna monitor your cat, but if your cat keeps pissing everywhere, you take this son of a bitch because I'm not gonna have your unfucking fixed cat fucking pissing all over my fucking
It's
house.
like get it fixed or else it can't come back.
It's not gonna come back either. Wow, fucking sell it off to the Chinese. Anyway,
Anyway.
Black Summoner. What the fuck happened in Black Summoner? Black Summoner. Black Summoner is really cool. So Black Summoner is a low key like fun anime. So with Black Summoner, let me pull up fucking this tits McGee over here. So Kelvin gets proficient. He gets really well with his slime. I forget what did he name his slime? Clotho. He named his slime Clotho, and so he gets really proficient with Clotho. They make a good duo. He's gaining levels, and Clotho ends up evolving into like a super slime beast. And this super slime beast is like a quasi demon level beast that's able to like engulf an entire nation with its slime and eat it. That's how like OP this beast can be. He's still low level, but he evolved into it either way. So that's pretty cool. As he goes to the guild, he completes 10 challenges in a row and he gets promoted a rank. So he goes from rank F to rank E. And in the guild with the rules, you can take what's it called? Adventure above you, right? A bounty, whatever the fuck you want to call it, above your rank. So as he gets there, he meets a guy, and I forget the guy's name now, but basically this guy is bad news. Like he's like, oh, this is the guy that they say like, oh, this guy crushes rookies, like, oh, he's fucked. And he senses that. Kelvin senses that, and he's like, hey, he's like, why don't we have a challenge? Because he's like, oh, if you want to get a big mission, why don't you go fight the Night King, right? The Night King, the Black Knight King. And he's like, or I think it's like Black Knight, whatever the fuck. Anyways, a Black Knight. Go fight the Black Knight. And they're like, oh, that Black Knight's OP. Like it's like it defeats a lot of like adventurers, like C ranks and stuff. Like, yo, he's gonna get fucked up if he goes. And Kelvin's like, you know what? I got a challenge. Why don't you go with your team? And I'll go alone. And because the reason why he stays alone is because when you join a party, it shows all your stats, and he doesn't want them to know that he's a summoner, because a summoner, again, as I mentioned at the beginning, super rare, and he's an S rank summoner, which is unheard of. That doesn't exist on that planet. So he's trying to hide that. So that's why he's alone, can't join a party. And so the guy's like, oh, you're cocky. All right, whatever. I'll crush you. That's fine. Let's go do the challenge. And you see him go to his party, and his party is full of a couple bandits that have like bounties on them and shit. And he's like, oh, well, we're going to do what we normally do. And the guy's like, yeah, we're just going to fucking kill this guy. No problem. Right. So they get to like the castle or whatever the fuck where like the Black Knight is, and they see all these undead are already dead, and they're like, whoa, they're already dead. Kelvin pops up and he's like, let's cut to the chase. I know you guys want to try and kill me. Come on, try and kill me. And so they try and kill him. He's unsuccessful. The fucking the giant fucking slime comes over, fucks up everything again. The guy fucks up the other dude, captures them, and he's like, all right, they're taken care of. Let's move on to the Black Knight. So it goes on to the Black Knight. Black Knight looks pretty menacing. And then the Black Knight speaks. And Kelvin, rather than run away or fight and get his ass kicked like all the other adventurers, sits down and talks to the Black Knight. And we find out the Black Knight is actually a friendly Black Knight. Like he's an old man who wanted to talk to somebody. His name is Gerard. And he has no purpose, basically. Like he died centuries ago, but his soul is bound to whatever planet because of unfinished business. So Kelvin's like, hey, I want you to join me. And Gerard's like, I only serve a king. So they get into a fight. It's like an oddly animated fight, because the fight is CGI. A lot of the fight is CGI, but it's not bad CGI. It's just misplaced because none of the other parts of the series are animated in CGI. That's why it's super like out of place, but it's still like, it still looks cool. So they have this fight in CGI, and in the middle of the fight, Gerard remembers why he's bound to the why he's like, let me phrase that. He remembers as he's about to get defeated by Kelvin why he's bound to like this planet, and we see basically that some evil like fucking king or something, or representative of some nation, spread a plague in his previous nation and killed everybody, including his daughter. And he died, but basically he wanted to avenge his king and avenge the kingdom and avenge his daughter from this guy. And that's why he's doing that. So somebody commented on Facebook.
Yeah, that CGI fight was dope.
It was pretty cool. Somebody from Eat the Cake, somebody on W2M Network. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, thank
Anyway,
you.
shout out. Anyway, yeah, so he gets OP because he remembers what the fuck is going on, and he breaks out of whatever like curse that Kelvin placed on him, and they go ridiculously OP some more, and then a final explosion happens. When we return, we see Kelvin returns, and he hands off a piece of the Black Knight, and they're like, "Oh, congratulations!" You know, and he also brings back all the guys with the bounties and the previous dude as well. And basically, we find out they got arrested. They're gonna get put to death. They get the death penalty. And as a special thank you, Kelvin gets promoted another rank as a special like thing. So he gets promoted to rank D, and he gets a special summons from the guildmaster himself. As he's walking up to the guildmaster, we see that he didn't kill Gerard, but he managed to tame him, and he is what's it called? And so now he's part of his team, and we find out that he has 10 slots. He can basically have 10 monsters or summons. He can have 10 summons, and he's got the goddess as 1. He's got the slime as 2, and now he's got Gerard, the OP Black Knight, as what's it called? His 3rd summons. And so he's doing pretty well. They have like this funny bickering between them in his head. So whenever he speaks to them, he looks like he's a fucking crazy man talking to people in his head, but he's really talking to the summons that nobody knows that he has. So the episode ends with him seeing the guildmaster for the first time, and the new episode drops tomorrow. So that's cool. Boruto, nothing really special about Boruto because they're doing filler episodes at this stage because they're so close to the manga. So last week's episode, I will give them this. I'm gonna say paid off, but they managed to link this filler episode with some decent filler episode that happened at in the early 100s when Kakashi, Guy, and Mirai go to the same onsen that the Naruto family goes to, and so they pay that off. It's funny, I guess, kind of, sort of. It's okay, whatever. Nothing really of significance there to talk about. And then Shine On Bakumatsu Bad Boys is my last one. With Bakumatsu Bad Boys, I'm really enjoying it. So basically, the gang, they're practicing their kendo, their samurai fighting, and handling their blade with a fake blade, whatever. And so they get summoned. Basically, actually, let me back up. I'm going ahead. Let me back up. So at the episode, the last episode, homeboy, Sakuya was fighting whatever, I guess, the leader of his assassins guild that he was part of, and it was a good back and forth battle. And then Ichiban Boshi comes over, and he was led to this fight by his sword, and he basically gets into a fight with the assassin. The assassin easily defeats him because his skill level is way better than Ichiban Boshi. But this offers an opening to Sakuya to kill the assassin. The assassin tells him some ominous words about how he can't escape the shadows, and he'll never have light before he dies. As he walks away, he says his kill number 830. And so Ichiban Boshi is like, "Hey, did you really kill your dad?" And Sakuya is like, "I've counted all the people that I've killed in my life, and my father was my first." And he walks away. So the next day, they're practicing whatever, and they get summoned to basically do a like investigative mission because there's people that are trying to overthrow the shogunate, and so they're trying to find this network of people that are trying to do that. And so Ichiban Boshi is like, "I don't want to work with Sakuya." And the guy's like, "You're supposed to. You can't object my orders." But then him and the gang basically convinced the head, like samurai. He's like, "All right, I'll put you with another job." So basically, he puts him and the woman, Akira, and they basically do like undercover infiltration of a what's it called? Damn it! What are those called? A geisha house. They do an infiltration of the geisha house where Akira dresses up as a geisha, and Ichiban Boshi is basically, like a busboy kind of, sort of. And so they infiltrate the house, and as everybody's supposed to be like trying to like patrol around those streets, everybody kind of disperses amongst themselves. The head samurai is like pissed off because he's like, "Oh, we're supposed to stay in formation. What are they doing? They don't give a fuck. They just went about on their own ways." And you see them at first like fucking around, like doing their own thing. But over the course of time, you end up learning that this was their own way of trying to gather information and try and get intel. And so this intel basically leads them all to the same house where the same geisha house where sorry, not Sakura, Akira and Ichiban Boshi are. They end up in the same room as this supposed like leader of this unit trying to overthrow the shogunate, and we find out basically that like they're not necessarily the direct leader. They're just trying to root out spies so they can kill them. They end up getting into this humongous fight, and the samurai easily take care of the guy. At the end, there was a geisha that was there played a significant part in that fight, and we find out that the geisha wasn't a geisha. The geisha was a man, and we find out that man is the leader that they were trying to find all along. So he himself was playing basically undercover to try and find out who was using his name to do stupid and horrible acts and kill them. And that's what they managed to do. He managed to do that. He slips away, and we basically find out that he's gonna be the lead villain. His name is let me see if it's listed here. I don't think it's here. What the fuck? What in the hell? What in the hell, Bobby? No, what? Oh no, what am I doing? No. No, I haven't watched 7 episodes. No, 5, 4. Is it 4 or 3?
Oh man, Brock Lesnar showed up.
Did he?
Yeah.
Imagine those apples.
Yeah.
What the hell was it? Shine on episode 3 is Shine on. Okay, I'm good now. That was weird. I fucked up. I was trying to fucking get the trying to get that damn name. There it is. He is not there. Oh fuck. No, I want to exit out. What happens when you do this in real time, guys? Trying to do this in real time, trying to get names, trying to be diligent for you people. Katsura Kogoro. That's his name. That's gonna be the name of the lead antagonist of the show. But no, in all seriousness, I'm enjoying this a lot. Like it's kind of cool. There's a funny dynamic where there's a little bit of comedy. But each person has their own backstory, and I hope we get to see more of the backstories, or we get more in detail of some of the main characters and their backstories. So,
we got a comment. How's he gonna manage all those voices though?
How's he gonna manage all the voices? Oh, homeboy. I mean, I don't know. He'll probably come up with some special skill. Kelvin.
He'll post up as plot armor.
It probably, yeah. Or he'll just look like a psychopath, one or the other. Other than that, like I said, I'm enjoying it a lot. It's it's not going to get a lot of critical acclaim. The animation is a little bit off from my take, but it's not shitty. It's just odd. It just takes some getting used to. But the story itself is pretty decent. I don't regret watching it, so it'll be low on my tiers of 21 shows that I'm watching, but still solid in my opinion. Something we did miss, Matt, as well. Dragon Ball Z Super tickets are out officially.
All right. I gotta buy those.
I bought mine as soon as they dropped. So I got my tickets.
When did they drop?
They dropped at 9 a.m. this morning. Friday, July 22nd. They dropped. I got mine literally they dropped at 9 o'clock. I got mine at like 9:06. I'm directly in the center of the movie theater. I've always wanted that. Like those 3 seats that are in the center of the center. That's me and my homies.
Yeah, I gotta take a look then.
Yeah, buddy. Anyway, those are my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ichini Sanshi go. Yep. Those are my 5, Matt.
That's all you got, really?
All I got is 5. Don't you have I think you may have more, right? But I said I was gonna go. Is that what we said? I don't recall now.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway.
All right, buddy. Go ahead.
Let's just go. All right, Shadow's House. We finally got the OP, and it's a fucking banger. It's the same girl that did the ED for season 1. So he's doing it for this, so I love it. I was wrong. It was not their debut for the Shadows. It's their Star Baron. So I guess like a rank. I guess it's more of like a rank up type thing. Rank up in the. So they're moving up in the world. They passed the debut, so they gotta get some ranking. We're learning more about one of the doll and Shadows, Barbara and Barbie. They're the ones that like supervise the dolls when they're cleaning. So we're getting some background on them. Mostly for the Shadow Barbara, she's like a ticking time bomb that gets pushed around by one of the other dolls, Mary Rose. And it got to the point where she like blew up like this shadow stuff, like the suits. So all that's going on. And the other main thing is what you call it. what's that guy's name? Sean, the other doll that was corrupted in season 1 by drinking.
Not our new admin. Not our new admin. Or not admin, mod. Not our new mod.
Yep. Okay. Anyway.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Just kidding, buddy. Congratulations again.
Yeah. Don't invite us.
Fuck that guy.
Exactly. Sean, who was one of the dolls that got corrupted from the main cast from drinking the grandfather's ashes, he's finally feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him. And Emilico, we're finally gonna see Emilico, the main doll. Yeah, she starts questioning everything about the house in general, like asking if the dolls are actually happy doing all this work. And of course she got distracted by one of the dolls are trying to cheer her up. And what does the main people do? They try to brainwash them again by making them drink more of great grandfather's ashes. But Emilico and Sean, they spat it out, like covering the hand, like that type of thing.
Cough, cough, kiss, kiss.
Yeah, cough, cough. And yeah, that was really it that we're got so far. So yeah.
And we lost Matt completely. Dead. How about that, guys? No, seriously, I don't know what the fuck just happened. What the fuck just happened?
I hit the wrong button. I hit back. I hit on the wrong tab.
I was like, and he's talking, and we lost him. Good night, folks. No,
I meant to hit back. I thought I was on my anime list tab. I hit that by
What's
accident.
funny? Sean is probably gonna be pissed off because this is gonna be one of the ones where he's gonna have to edit like a lot of shit tonight. I feel.
You can tough it out.
Tough it out.
Yeah. All right. The Devil's a Part-Timer, season 2. They're focusing more on the baby, Alice Remus, who basically said her mother and father was Satan and Emmy. And yeah, they're like saying like we're not and all that. She started getting upset. And Emmy and Satan don't like each other, but they gotta get along for the kid and try to figure out where she actually came from. So who gets to take care of the baby?
Satan Jr.
No, his right hand man, Ashia. He's the nanny of the apartment, so he's got to take care of her. And he's stressing the fuck out because, babies cry overnight, and it's like, how? Why? Stop it.
They're just hungry.
Yeah, it turns out the diaper needed to be changed, so the human girl, Chio, she's actually offering to help out, take care of the baby and all that, because she has a crush on Satan or Mao. So, that type of thing, do anything for them.
I love Satan! Imagine that going over in 2020.
Oh, it'll go a lot better than what we have now. But yeah, so what happens next is that Chiho and what's that girl's name? Suzuno. They take the baby to McRonald's where Satan is working. And of course, the manager sees it and it's like, hey, it's what's with the baby? Because she thought it was Satan and Mio and Cheese baby, even though it's not. So, you gotta hide this because, that's how society's gonna think, oh, a high schooler is a fucking Satan and having a kid, they're gonna start saying shit. So it was just more of a be careful type of thing. So they gotta be careful taking care of the baby. Then we get to Emmy's side. She's talking to her coworker, Rika, about all this. And then Rika's like, why don't you take him to an amusement park? Like, take the baby, like, and take him out. I was like, I'd rather die than take him. Because fuck him. And then eventually gets to the point where they all come together. It's like a group date type thing. It's not really a date. This is more to make the baby happy. And Ashia is watching. So Ashia, Chiho, and Rika are all watching the background, making sure nothing goes wrong. And there's someone with purple hair hiding in the background and just does like a thing on the baby, like, and all of a sudden she has a symbol on her head and it goes away. So I was like, what the hell is that about? And then it's like we're gonna get our main antagonist of the show, Gabriel, voiced by Dio. And he's trying to bring back the Tree of Life.
It's the circle of life. Okay.
And then Lucifer senses that someone's coming. And he's like, ah, shit. And that was it for that episode. So funny. It's still funny.
The way you're selling it, I'm not really.
I'm not trying to
buying
sell it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I'm not really buying it.
I'm not selling it. No. It's just
As I scroll through Twitter and I see some white girl get her ass handed to her by a black guy from the behind.
Are you on black.com?
No, I'm just on Twitter. You guys
Same
want to see
thing.
what's on my Twitter? It's like wrestling and can you see wrestling and thing and
You got wrestling
and then hey, there's porn right there. And gaming
and no one needs to see.
I mean, she's pretty. Fuck.
And no one will see.
Hey, the one person who's watching right now who may not be watching anymore.
Oh, we just lost our only fan.
We lost our only fan. Not only fan.
Hey!
Only fan. Hey, didn't.
All right. Summertime render.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see today's episode, but what you call it? I did see last week's. We find out about Hizuru with Hein. That we're still in that flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Hizuru is basically feeding her and all this. And everything was going smooth. They were friends. Or for now. Basically, Hizuru, she cut herself. She started bleeding. And so Hein basically sucked the cut. And she
I'm glad you said a T instead of an M.
Yeah. And she craves blood.
So she's a vampire.
But nah, she's a shadow. But yeah, now because she has this hunger that cannot be fulfilled.
Because she's a vampire.
She's not sucking blood. She just likes to eat them, type of thing.
Mm.
And then we see a younger Ginjuru, the old man, with both eyes, and he's like warning Hizuru like not together. There's danger here. It's like no, I go this way. So why are you here? I gotta get rid of the snake. So I go fuck you.
I gotta take it out my pants. I gotta get rid of the snake.
Yeah. And then what you call it? Back in the village, his brother was saying, "Where is she?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, she went to the man up top." And so he runs up there, and he sees Hein as she goes to check up on her, like, "Are you okay?"
Daijobu.
And she kills him.
She was totally Daijobu.
Yep, she was super Daijobu. Basically, like ate it, and yeah, you see like blood in her mouth while they like eat her stomach. Hizuru like dropped the bag of food that she was gonna give her. She's like freaking out now. And then Hayden has the audacity to say, "I didn't do this. It's not me." And she starts screaming, and her eye actually popped out.
I feel like they try to get like more graphic and more graphic each episode.
Yeah, that right eye that Shinpei has, that popped out.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw a flash. And I think she was trying to make a copy of the brother, but it failed halfway through. And that caused her
error.
Basically, and this thing entered the sister's body. So
this
basically,
thing.
Yeah, this shadowy half copy entered the sister's body. And that explains why that like basically she switches her personality into the brother. And because he was a copy, she also has the strength of a shadow. That's why she's strong. That's why she's athletic, all that now. The old man sees this. He's like, what the fuck's going on? And he gets sliced in the face. He loses his eye. That's why he has an eye patch now. And
Patchy McEyeball.
Patchy McEyeball. Hizuru grabs him, and then they escape that type of thing. That she passes out because her shoulder's fucked up from the fighting. And then we get to where basically they're leaving now, and when she was leaving the island, she's hanging on the rocks. She says, and she said to Hizuru that just because you were my friend, I'm gonna let you go this once, but if I see you again, I'm gonna kill you.
Butch Koros.
Yeah, basically.
Korose.
Yeah, and then now we get to current time. Hane is talking to the four-armed creature that's basically greed, and he's talking about basically Shinpei's powers are weakening because again he keeps going forward when he loops. So basically, their plan is to make him run out of that until he actually dies. And
So we already know the plot. He's gonna keep going, and then like toward
So
the
he
second
can't
last
anymore,
episode,
and that's it.
the second to last episode will be the final time, and then something will happen. He'll die, and then he'll be like, "Well, fuck, can't do nothing," and then he'll find some magical way, and he'll be able to reverse time one more time to stop them. And also that ends well.
Right. So yeah, they're all the characters, the main characters are all in a meeting and all this, and Shinpei's like trying to talk to him, rally the troops, while the old man is outside with a sniper, basically looking for danger, and he dies. He got stabbed in the head.
He found fucking danger, all right.
Yeah, and so the forearm guy, the forearm shadow guy, he grabbed the rifle and sniped Shinpei in the head while he was talking.
Damn.
Yeah, so yeah, you don't see the bullet go through his head, but you just see like something happening. And now he's like woken up in the kitchen, like, what happened? What happened? Why am I here?
Damn.
It's like, fuck. Yeah, so they explained Hizuru, and then now they know how they're going to try to drain out his power.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now he really has to be on guard no matter where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that makes sense.
All right, I got two more. All righty, Classroom of the Elite.
Oh god, the science one. It's like fucking rocket science.
But yeah, they're not. It's not as complex here though. This time
is it? Hold on, is this the episode where we saw the memes
of the spread them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, the girl. We put the where we left off. The girls are bullying Kei, and basically one of Ayana Koji's classmates. He went to go stop them. The girls leave for now, and then Ayana Koji's like, I got an idea. So he texts the girls to go basically harass her again.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically admit to like being bullied and all this. And the girl she supposedly bumped into, she's like, she doesn't want to slap her, but she eventually does. Her friends force her to beat the shit out of her, and they all do. And now she's enjoying it.
Mm.
So she's been hair pulled, clothes about to rip, just punching the shit out of her. And until they eventually leave. Ayana Koji sees this. He starts going towards her. And he's just basically like you're a bully and all this. He's like, I could help you. And she's like, what do you want? Like, my body's like, that's not a bad idea.
Spread your legs.
Yeah, you're like doing all this to her because basically, like, since she's been bullied and all like this, like,
it's so fucked up though when you think about it though. Like literally, like he's taking advantage of someone who's like emotionally like weak.
That's why he's doing it.
That's
because he knows that since he's been bullied, she wants to avoid as much as possible. So it's like, okay, basically do this, or I basically bully you.
It's fucked up.
He is fucked up, and I hate when we have to like, wow, that's so me. He's like, no, it's not. Shut up. You're not like him. You're just socially awkward. So because of this, though, he offers to help her. It's like, if you're with me, if you give me what I want, I'm not gonna have them hurt you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see like his lips moving, but you don't hear what he's saying. So, and that's going to come into play in a bit. And they're at the last meeting for to find out who the VIP is to get those points.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, though, he actually called the teacher over, and he says, "I want to buy something with the points." They don't tell you what he buys.
Your pussy.
Well, he said you could buy literally anything with points.
Vagina.
Yes, and he learned from Kei, Honami, that basically if you want to move up to Class A, they stock up on points, and you need about 20 million points.
You gotta fuck all the girls with them. Take their points.
Exactly. But yeah, and apparently no one's ever done that, so that's what this girl's trying to go for. They had the meeting. But anyway, they're at the meeting.
No, that was a serious question. How many points does she have? Is she trying to get 20 million? Or like, what does she have? Like,
she has 2 million.
Okay, so she needs 18 million. How and when does she need them by?
By the end of the school year.
And what is it now? August?
They're on the first school year.
So it's August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They got a while. Again, that's not the only way too. You've just passed the test, all the things that they give you, then that's another way to move up. But yeah, basically they're saying this is again.
Cat's trying to get into the closet. I'm sorry, man.
Kitty, come out of the closet.
Come out the closet. Trapped in the Closet is one of my. R. Kelly may be a piece of shit, but goddamn, Trapped in the Closet, fucking amazing.
It is so stupid, but
It's so great.
But it's the beat. It's the same beat on a loop over and over again. It's like, and you'll never get a sequel.
Yeah, you'll never get the sequel.
But yeah, basically, it's a deadlock.
That's what we need.
I'm trapped in the jail cell. He pulls his pants down. He bends me over.
He put the soap in front of my foot, and then I said no, and then he said yes, and he put it in me. Oh my God. Because it got something like that, right?
Yes. And then he shoved it. Did I mention he shoved it in it?
And it's so deep, I can feel it in me, and it's pumping, and it's pumping in my ass.
Let's stop.
Oh,
let's stop it.
Yes, he's dying.
You
pop him.
Let me finish.
That's what she said.
Shut up. It's a stalemate. So the classmate says, let's show our phones, see who the VIP is, and we won't rat each other out. So it's like, nope, no. And then someone said that she was the VIP. And so this Class B person, Honami, she calls Ayana Koji's phone, and Kei has it. And she's like, that's not the VIP. It's Ayana Koji. You guys switch phones. I'm not stupid. I have your number. Okay. So yeah, Ayana Koji, you're the VIP. So I was like, okay, we all agreed that we're not going to vote we're not going to vote him, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. But they're because they want the points,
right?
And all right, he's gone. He's dead forever.
I was trying to be silent while you kept talking. This is going to be one where I'm like, all right, I got to go refill my drink. Keep on talking.
But you're not going to hear me.
I mean, I can hear you from my kitchen. You want me to take you? I'll take you to my kitchen.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'll take every way to my kitchen if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. But you got on the phone. You got to put up on your phone.
Yeah, but no, I can't, whatever. Fuck.
Yeah.
We're going to disconnect the mic and then I can reconnect it. It's fine. We're all going to go on a field trip while you two keep talking.
Okay. All righty. While that is going on, basically, you find out what Ayana Koji did. He talked to Kei in the boiler room, says, I know you're the VIP. So, and this is the plan. Because they knew that one of the classmates he had was going to fuck up. So, he bought, with the points from the teacher, a way to open up the phones to switch the SIM cards. So that way, his SIM card is in her phone, while hers is in his phone. To make them think that, basically, that he's the VIP when he's not, it's really her. So he wins, basically. He wins in that round. And he fucked over his classmates. And that was where that episode ended.
Dirty dick bastard. How do I sound?
But no, that was good. I was like, all right, nice. We're getting somewhere. All right, last one. Isekai Ojisan.
Isekai Ojisan. This is your new one.
This is my new one. It aired 2 days ago.
This is so unprofessional, probably, to somebody who's watching. They're like, oh, fucking Mark Radlish podcast isn't like this.
Well, they're not the sponsor, so. But basically, it kicks off with Takafumi. He's visiting his uncle in the hospital because you find out 17 years ago he got hit by a truck. So he's in a coma. Yes, actually, yes. So he was in a coma for 17 years, and then he woke up. And when he woke up, he started speaking in this weird language. And he was talking about how he was in a fantasy world for those 17 years in this coma. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to prove it to Takafumi. And of course, and Oji-san is voiced by Dio, so that's also great. And so he's trying to elevate his cup of water with wind magic, but it's not working. But he says it in Japanese, since he's in Japan now, it works.
Oh, wow.
So it has to be...
He's not Japanese?
What?
He's not Japanese?
No, he is, but since he's been in a fantasy world for 17 years, he was speaking that language. He was speaking like this language from the other world he was in when comatose.
Naruto.
Yeah, so those that now he's speaking his normal language, it works. All the spells work. And Takumi sees it, he's like, "What the fuck?" It's like you like how?
Because I think I saw a thing of that. So he wakes up and he speaks the language. Nothing happens. He speaks Japanese, and then now he can cast magic.
Yes, if he speaks in the language he's in now, in his native language, it'll work there because he's not in that world anymore.
So he's still got crazy mythical powers somehow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he's doing all this shit, and then and he still has memories of that other world, and he'll actually let you see them, like through his eyes, type of thing. Like he'll cast a spell, and you'll see it like on a screen, and that's how you get to see this Kampai, and you get to see the stuff he did back then, and then so basically. Takafumi, he takes him in because he has nowhere to go because his family basically said fuck him after being in a coma for 17 years.
Right in the pussy. Fuck.
Yep. And he's like, tell me, is Sega still winning the console wars? and like, oh god, I don't know how to tell you this.
We're at Sega's 69.
So yeah, he finds out Sega's not doing games and he's like heartbroken.
Nah.
And so they're trying to find a way to make money. It's okay, since you can actually do your spells, let's make YouTube videos. And he's been doing this, that type of thing. And of course, the comment section is people saying it's fake, late, lousy CGI. He never experienced trolling or bullying online. Because he's been at a time where they had no cell phones and all this.
They had no internet.
Yeah, no, didn't have any of this. And then and Dave was talking about his life in the other world. Like,
wait, how old is Homeboy? Not the
uncle?
The other guy. No, the other guy. He's got to be in his early 20s, right?
Takafumi?
Got to be in his early 20s.
I gotta look now.
As I adjust my hair like I do.
He's 17.
So he wasn't even born when his uncle went into a coma?
I think it was around that same year, yeah.
So then how does he have such a close relationship with his uncle?
He doesn't. He's like the only one that like visits him.
But yeah, but why? If the rest of his family's like that and the kid wasn't even born or knew him.
It was basically more of he wanted to learn about him.
Hey, here's this guy who's related to us who's a fucking vegetable. Let me see what I can learn about the vegetable.
And he's like, I was in another world. I could do powers. You want to see? And he's like, sure. And he's like, okay, sure.
Takes a new meaning to the cool uncle.
He is the cool uncle. And he was talking about this elf girl. We don't know her name yet. Just right now, her name is Elf. He's talking about how she was mean to him there. And yeah, she was basically a tsundere, and he didn't know what a tsundere was because they weren't popular until like 2004. And he was in a coma before that. So he's like describing. I was like, it's not like I want to save you or anything. Like all this stuff is like, oh, okay, she's a tsundere and he doesn't know. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you call it? Takafumi tells the uncle like maybe you should get a cell phone. I was like, okay, I got one. I'm gonna get one. It's like this cheap 2G flip phone.
Mm-hmm.
He's like trying to put a bid on it. And he's like, oh shit, bid's about to end. Like, how much is shipping? I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then, but the bid's over. The phone was 1,600 yen, and the shipping was 2,000 yen.
Oh man!
So basically, he's like, "Oh, we don't have to pay for shipping. We go pick it up." So the uncle's like, "I'll be right back." He just jumps out the window, and you see him flying.
What the fuck?
So he basically flies and to get the phone. He's like, "You could do this." And he's like, and then Takafumi's like, "How far would it take you to get this this awesome headset?" It's like, 5 minutes. Just that type of thing. And it's like, what about this couch? And it's like, that's too heavy for me. Like, I'll rub your shoulders. Let's go get it.
I'll rub your shoulders.
So it's okay. You're fine. And then whenever the uncle talks about his time in the other world, Takafumi's like, I don't want to hear about this. This is fucked up. Mm-hmm. He's like killing people, or he's like tied up. They're like calling him this ogre type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a dimensional storage where he like stores stuff like the giant ass swords, jewelry. He's like one piece of jewelry, like he could buy a castle in this world, but he tried to put it in a pawn shop, 50 yen. And you see him talking to the elf girl when she traded him for his wounds, and he gave her a ring, and she took it as like an engagement type ring.
Oh God,
this Sundari elf type thing. And he's like, "Oh, so you do know how to talk to women, right?" Like, oh, we're not like that. Basically, what's the next town? I took the ring off her and I sold it. So they have a shit ton of money, and she has like this stare, like what the fuck you doing?
Oh my God.
So I was like, "Oh my God, that is great." That was it for episode 1. It is a lot of fun. I think it's definitely funny. I like the art style for it, and the uncle's really cool. Like it's the fun uncle
to a whole new level.
A whole Isekai level. So I'm sure the next episodes we'll learn more about his other comrades and all that.
As Matt drinks water.
Because I have all that alcohol.
So you pace yourself. I'm just like, nah, full retard. Get another tall boy.
Yeah, no, and I'm not going downstairs. All right. That's it for me. Let's go to Arrogant.
You know, what's it called? Normally Matt would have one that he talked about twice in the first 2 episodes. But since we dropped Teppen, I had room for one. And one of his singles became a duo.
Yep.
Matt, which one did that become a duo? Which one?
Like Chorus Recoil.
Yes. Let's open up with a banger.
Yeah. What did you think?
It's really good.
Right?
It is really fucking good. I binged the first 3 episodes. I binged the first 3 episodes. It was super fucking solid. Literally, in the first 6 seconds, you see 5 people get fucking sniped, basically, with silence fucking bullets and in like bushes and death. Yeah. Like, it's pretty wicked. The main girl, Chitose is her name? Or Chitaso?
Chisato. Yeah, Chisato and Takina. Takina is the one that wants to go back to that place.
Yeah. Chisato. Okay, yeah. So Chisato and Takina. Yeah, Chisato's fucking. Again, I hate the principle. Like we talked toward the end of last week when it came to what's it called? Trigun about, like, I don't want to kill anybody. So I want to know why Chisato's like that. I hate that principle. I like Takina more. Like, why don't you just kill them? It's easier. Everybody's like, just kill them. It's easier. It makes total fucking sense.
I think it's more she's just nice. She's just nice about it.
But everything else about her personality, I love. She's so fucking adorable.
No, she's probably one of my favorite girls for the season.
She's best girl material. She is definitely best girl material. Definitely waifu material. I see it. Yeah. And so I enjoyed it. The gunplay, as I think Angel was the one who talked about the gunplay. Gunplay is legit. And yeah, dude, like there's something about it. It's just oddly like it
there's a charm to it.
There's a charm to it, yeah, and it brings you in. It definitely lures you in. The story is a lot more engaging, pun intended, than Engage Kiss, if you want to make the comparison of the two, with 2 ass-kicking girls.
But this one is definitely. I actually like this one better.
I do. I would say I like Chorus better than Engage Kiss, but Engage Kiss is still solid. But yeah, dude, I enjoyed it very much. The story was good. Episode 3, this last one that we're gonna review, was the best one of the 3 so far. And yeah, dude, let's get into it.
But yeah, what you call it? It's about we focus more on Takina in this one. Like, she doesn't want to interact with the crew.
Yeah. Yes. Well, first we got our little etchy with Chisato on her couch in fucking bra and panties. Well, and we see her again in bra and panties later on.
Yeah, but we got a couple of those in the season.
I mean, it's not no Harem and Labyrinth, but hey,
I'm talking about Vermeil. We had a bra and panty shop there.
Yeah.
And stockings, unnecessary, but high school, you need it.
Of course, right?
You never know. Never leave the cave without it.
I really want, obviously an adult woman, but I really want to fuck a girl like wearing stockings and like take the skirt and the skirt falls down to her ankles and I'm just fucking ramming.
No, leave the skirt on.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I don't mind, yeah, you know, in the heat of the moment, but like, there's just something about like grabbing a woman's like bare hips, you know. I mean, you know, I guess a person, your partner, if you want to say, if you want to be inclusive, your partner's bare hips is you're fucking just ramming that shit. There's something about that you can't duplicate that with clothes on, you know.
But there's also a fun thing when they're in an outfit at the same time.
Yeah, you know, I guess because I've never experienced that. I've never had like the outfit thing. I've never really been too much into like dressing up and shit like that. I'm like, why? You're just gonna get naked. You're just gonna get hot. The clothes make it hotter, you know. But then there's something about like, you know, as somebody who watches anime consistently, like, man, if I had somebody dress up like an anime character and I got to fucking fuck them, that would be pretty fucking.
Oh, I never did in a cosplay yet, but I did with Bash in a nurse outfit during one of our BDSM sessions.
Hey, hey! You can tell Matt's gotten a little loose because he probably wouldn't have said that if he was sober.
Oh no, I still would have.
I don't know, shit.
And we share, like we're very open with what we do. So even when it's like, oh, so how'd you guys meet? Well, it was at a party where I beat the shit out of them.
It's assault, but it's consensual assault. It's
well, actually, no. Actually, my friend beat them at this party.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my friend did it first, and I didn't till months later.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Hey, it happens.
Anyway,
basically, Takeda and Chisato, they go to this corporation where she got kicked out of. And it was more of training exercise.
Yeah. Well, no. At first, it was because Chisato needed to do her annual physical.
Right, like I said, it's more of like they go there to get tested type of thing, physical.
So she goes there. So we gotta back up. So basically, Chisato at the very beginning of the episode, Chisato wants Takina to basically get more in the group. She wants her to be more involved, embrace the group more. Takina's like, no, I don't, fuck you guys. I just want to get back into the association. Well, being friends with you guys get me back into the association. And very cold. But then she overhears who's the black guy again? Mika tells Chisato, like, hey, it's the last day. You need to go and get your checkup. Otherwise, they're going to revoke your license. She's like, all right, fine. And then Takina overhears this. She's like, oh, you're going to corporate? Come, I'll let you go. Please take me with you. Please take me with me. Please take me with me.
She's like,
all right, fine. So they go, and it's a little bit of an awkward train ride, Shinkansen ride over to their, like, what's called, they're in the sticks. This place is like in the sticks on like some like hidden government property. And so they finally get there, and as soon as they get there, like everybody is just a bitch to Takina, just bullying Takina, talking shit about her. Like, oh, there's a friendly killer.
Fuki was one of them. Who else? Forgot the other girls' names. Eric? Not Erica.
They're not listed here. They're not listed on the thing I'm looking at.
They're not, and one of them's like, "Oh, I'm your replacement."
Yeah, like we basically, the whole episode basically is like them talking shit. But you know, credit to Chisato. We find out a little bit of backstory. We find out that who's the other girl, Fuki. That's the name of what's her face's former partner.
Yeah,
Takina's former partner, Fuki.
Yeah.
So we find out that Chisato was Fuki's. That Chisato was Fuki's senpai at the time, before Chisato got thrown out of the corporation. And so there's a little bit of a rivalry there. Like they just, you know, they're opposite personalities. But credit to Chisato, she constantly sticks up for Takina. Takina's very upset. She basically ends up talking to the commander, and the commander's like, who said I was gonna let you in? Like, you're like basically like, yo, you're done, bitch. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
And this breaks.
It's like you're basically supposed to kill people. Take the shot. That's it. You did.
Yeah, like you're done. And Takina is heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. Chisato feels that, runs after her after like all this bullying happened as well. And this is right before. Was it before or after this that they accepted the challenge for the mock battle?
Yeah, that happened before. Because she was talking to the apprentice. Chisato was talking to the replacement. In I believe in the shooting room. Yeah. It's like, no, you're not. And that type of thing. Yeah. She challenged her and the senpai. Yeah. To like a 2-on-2. Yeah. But then Takina found out about things. She runs away. Chisato goes after her. They share a nice heartwarming moment basically about
how Chisato says like, yo, like, listen, you may have lost this thing that you valued so much, but if you hadn't lost it, we wouldn't have met. And I cherish you, and I cherish our friendship, and you're gonna find a lot greater things that you're gonna cherish besides this place. And it takes
basically you don't need them to belong.
Yeah, exactly. And it was very heartwarming. You could tell it touches Takina, but Takina's still, upset, obviously, for for her reasons. It makes sense. So Chisato was like, get your shit together. It's all good. I'll be waiting for you. So Chisato goes into the battle room.
Basically, he's like, I got it, but if you want to be there, be there.
Yeah. So Chisato goes into the training room 2-on-1 and just fucking manhandles Fuki and the Kohai.
The Kohai is like, you're not bad. The shooter multiple times.
Ran circles around her, and everyone is like, oh my god, this is the famed Tokyo Tower girl. And we find out, as we've basically said, as we found out in episode 1, that Chisato is the reason why old Tokyo Tower was destroyed for XYZ reason, but she's a legend amongst the girls. And so like, oh my god, this is the Tokyo Tower girl. And even the assistant to the commander was like, who is this girl? And the commander is like, oh, her name's Chisato. Like, she's a funky, like, not funky, what's it called, she's a spunky, like, brat, right? She's an annoying brat, but like, she's able to like understand trajectory in a millisecond. Like, shooting her from point blank range, you won't be able to hit her from point blank range because of how well she understands timing, trajectory, like all this other stuff involving like guns and bullets and stuff. And it's pretty wicked. And so basically she 2-on-1s them like pretty easily. And as she finally gets into like a little bit of a small bind, fucking what's her face comes over. To fucking Takina comes over.
Punches in the face.
Fuki in the face. Slugs that bitch. Boom! Takes the gun, shoots them both fucking 50 times, and they win. And everyone's like, ooh. And then what's it called? Fuki's all pissed off, and Takina's like, we're even now. And then Fuki's like, never show your face again. Da 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 da. But then her and Chisato, are on their merry way. All's well that ends well. Then they end up playing together.
Very good episode.
Very good episode. I'm really liking the series, dude. Really liking the series.
I'm glad you picked it up.
Yes, I'm glad to.
All right. Even when will Ayumu make his move? You tell me.
He makes his move, dude, but like, it's just
I don't think he wants to confess until he beats her in a game of shogi.
But that's what he said, which makes sense. But
yeah,
he literally like, let's go on a date. Oh no, you haven't seen this week's episode.
No, I did.
Did you? Okay, good.
Yes.
So you're all the way caught up?
Yeah, I said I didn't watch Friday stuff. So I didn't watch Friends of Girlfriend. I didn't watch...
So Ayumu came out today. So technically that's a Friday.
No, it was technically a Thursday show.
It's technically Thursday according to it, but it didn't drop till Friday, which is odd.
I thought it was a Thursday show, so... But no, I didn't watch... I didn't watch today's Shadow House, and I didn't watch Friends of Girlfriend.
I don't even want to talk about Rent a Girlfriend. Can we skip Rent a Girlfriend? Truth be told,
no. We gotta be fair.
Oh my God.
Well, we're not talking about today's episode. We'll talk about last week still, with Kazuya being a fucking perv.
Oh, it gets worse in more than one way this week.
Don't tell me. Oh wait.
You've read the manga, haven't you?
I know, right? But I don't know how far they're gonna go in the anime.
Well, he didn't get laid. I can spoil that much.
I know. I know. Mommy says, "Why can't you just get a real girlfriend?"
He's such a fucking moron. Jesus fucking.
He is.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know who's worse, him or Yamai. At least Yamai fucking would get it on if she could.
I hate Mommy, honestly.
I hate. You know something? I hate fucking Kazuya way more.
I hate them both.
I hate them both, but
I only like Chizuru, Ruka, and Sumi. That's it.
We skipped
and Granny.
Let's just talk about Rent a Girlfriend because I want to get this over with, and then we'll move on to Ayumu.
Okay, basically Chizuru
transition. I'm sorry I fucked up your transition, dude, but
that's fine. Chizuru basically she's at Kazuya's apartment, and you thought, like, oh, I'm gonna spend the night, the type of thing, because locked out of the apartment. Okay, landlord's out there. It's all going his quote unquote favor.
The listeners can't see my face right now, but
I know it's been shits, but we're gonna finish it as spite. But basically, it's a Chizuru
episode. I really hate that I started this series. I hate it.
It's cringe for a reason. But basically, she goes outside. She wants to see her apartment for this. Like, oh, did I lock the sliding window? She almost tripped. Kazuya catches her, and his hands on her ass.
I mean, is it really though? Because they don't even like do like a good job. Like it's on skirt. Like he's like holding skirt more than.
I get.
Is
Yeah,
Chizuru that fucking flat?
Again, I'm sure it's a nice ass because we see it for the outfits, but there's a
I see
curve
more
there.
of her titties in her figure than her ass.
In a couple of outfits you see it, but again, coming out of the outfit, you can still tell by the shape. But still, he's getting horny about it. Of course, it's like, and then she falls back, is on top of him, is like, go away. And who the fuck just walks in an apartment unlocked? Like,
if I rang a doorbell expecting you to be there and you don't answer but I expect you, like, say for example, like I went to your house, right, and I see your car, I know you're home, I ring the doorbell, you're not answering. My first thought is he's fucking, but then I would maybe hear
or
something,
like or maybe like or he fell, that type of thing,
or he's dead, right? He's fucking or he's dead.
Yeah, but I said there was no concern from her on this. This is like, well, I guess I may as well go in. Just like walk around. Yep, and of course, Kazuya's covering her mouth. Like I said, don't say a fucking word.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, I know what's going on, but I'm gonna leave. It's like, who does that? But which I have a thing. Chizuru leaves. Like, oh, the landlord's back. I'm gonna go talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Say thanks, but fuck you. Still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also for some reason, Mommy's like, oh wait, there was a purse there. And then the after credit, they're in school.
Kazuya's cross-dressing.
What?
Kazuya's cross-dressing.
Maybe he'll be a better character if he did that.
He might be. For real.
Yeah, then we get an after credit. Mommy sees Kazuya, and she's like, hey, can we talk? And that's it. We're not going to talk about the next episode because I didn't watch it. But from this, the disappointment on your face is just, I know it's bad. But
you know what? Ayumu will make his move before fucking Kazuya does. Let's transition over.
All right. Oh god, here we are.
Yes.
They're playing shogi. Yeah. And Takeru comes in.
Takeru. And I think you said it right. You said it more right than I did. Takeru.
You as you broke up, yeah.
No, it's Takeru.
Yeah, okay. Takeru, he's there. He's playing shogi with Urushi.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you said it? Urushi?
Correct. Yep, Urushi.
Ishii.
Ishii.
Yeah, so they're playing shogi, and the girl Rin, she's like, "What are you doing here? What are you embarrassing them like this?" That type of thing. Like, no, you're going to the library right now.
No, I'm not. Hypnosis.
She full on hypnosis.
I could do without the hypnosis, truth be told, but it's fine.
I don't think it was actual hypnosis, but
it's hypnosis. He's like, "Ooh, hi."
It's just more of I think it has like, I know where you live. If you don't listen to me right now, I will kill you.
I don't know. I think it's real hypnosis. But anyway, we digress.
Anyway, yep, we digress. And what you call it? Urushi, she's talking about recruitment at this festival thing, and Ayumu's like, I'm gonna take you on a date. Apparently it's code for dating.
Dato.
Yeah, and then she gets all flustered. And it's like, oh, like it's a meeting encounter. It's like, no, it's a date. It's Dato. It's Dato now.
Dato.
And what was that? What was the thing she was selling at the thing, the stall?
Yakisoba.
Some type of noodle.
Yakisoba.
Okay. And then Ayumu says, like, I'll go there, I'll support you, I'll buy your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he eventually gets there. He ran from the classroom all around campus. It's so fun. And she's like, "Why you're all flustered? Like, why are you all worn out?" Like, I ran everywhere. I went to look for you because again,
I want this date.
Yeah.
Dato!
All that go on. I was like,
Dato!
shut up. And she's like, "Oh, I can't do this until I sell the stuff." And he starts screaming on the top of his lungs.
Yakisoba!
Yep, all that. And then she's like, "What the fuck? That's not gonna work." And guess what? It works. All that's going on. He eats like 4 of them during these transitions.
It's amazing how much high school kids can eat. My nephew's like that. My nephew like literally had like fucking like a giant meal, and he's like, "I'm hungry. I want noodles."
Yeah.
Like,
And when you're
an hour ago, I'm hungry.
and when you're 20, that's all gone.
You're a fucking bottomless pit, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, again, when you get older, that just goes away.
Yeah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah, no. But yeah, they sell out. There was three left. Blah blah. And he gives them to Takeru. It's like, take it. Like, oh, I only need the ones. Like, take it.
I'll take them. And Urushi's like, really? And she's like, yeah, it's what any good friend will do.
Yeah, so basically, Takeru and Rin want them to hook up.
Everyone wants them to hook up.
Yes, and of course, Takeru and Rin are gonna be a couple eventually.
Yep.
And now they go on the dato. Basically, any physical activity like the soccer ball or anything like that. Of course, Ayumu he does well in that, while she fucking falters and falls trying to kick a soccer ball like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, but that's nice. They have crepes, they have drinks, they laugh.
Takoyaki. They eat and drink while doing all these activities, and there was some hand holding.
Yeah, they go into a haunted house and they hold hands in the haunted house.
Yeah, and what you call it? Ray was telling Takeru was like, "Don't go all out. We need them to the point where like, oh, we weren't scared enough to just latch on to him,
not run away." Exactly.
Yeah.
But then she climbs into like the box where Takeru is hiding rather, and then she's like, "Oh, this is fun. Us being in the dark so close." And then takes the fuck out and jumps out. He's like, "Oh my god!" And they freak the fuck out and run away.
Yeah.
What's her face is pissed off, and
Yeah,
she's like, "It wasn't my fault. I was flustered."
She's like, "Where to go, a-hole?" Yeah, now they're sitting on the bench, like taking a breather, and they play shogi with a mini board.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was asking her like, what was her favorite part of the thing? And it's like, she's like, everything was fun, but I think doing this with you
is the most relaxing.
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, like, well, I hope we can do this again. I got the idea, so I know to do this with you again next year. He's like, we'll probably have a table for the club. It's like, well, it's gonna do something,
right? We will have a dato.
Yeah, so no, it was a nice episode.
It was a nice episode. It is such a, after I watched this immediately after watching, excuse me, Bakumatsu. I wish I had seen it after watching fucking Rent a Girlfriend, immediately after Rent a Girlfriend, because
yeah, you probably would have felt better.
I would have felt so much better, dude. Oh, God.
Alrighty. Isekai Harem. There, Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World.
All right, let's go with the etchies.
Yeah, let's get the etchies.
This one's pretty dark.
Right?
This one was a dark episode, my friend.
I didn't expect it like that. It's like, holy shit.
It was welcome. It was welcome.
Yeah, basically, Pittori left off. He's trying to get money from killing these bandits just to get some pussy from a dog girl. I mean, I understand.
I'm not use her in the labyrinth like it's actually going to happen. Like, no, he just wants to fucking suck on a titty. I'm sure you watched the uncensored version already, right?
I did, yeah.
I watched the censored version for Plot on Crunchyroll, and I watched the uncensored version for the Oppai and the Manko and everything else in between.
Yeah, basically he has like 3 days left to basically kill some bandits and get some money.
Yeah.
So he goes to the red light district.
He does some reconnaissance. Yep.
Yeah, and he sees hookers on the window.
And he's like, I'm gonna fuck the hookers. And he's like, no, I'm saving my fucking Seki for Roxanne.
Yep.
Saving the Seki.
Yeah, all's going on. He's basically scouting out the area for the past couple of days.
Mm-hmm. He has 1 day left.
Yep, and he gets some intel on like some high level bandits and where they are, and basically collect that bounty.
They're in the slums. They're in the slums.
Yep, in the slums. So he does this when they're sleeping.
Yes.
Like he grabs the sheet, covers their face.
Slit one person's throat.
the sword.
No, you're skipping the one where he killed the first bandit after he tried to attack him with the bandana.
Oh right, that happened too.
Yeah, so he basically is able to enter the hideout of the bandits by enticing this guy with the bandana. The guy, of course, tries to go after the bandana and goes after Michio, and fucking guy gets killed. Guy takes his hand so he can get the card. Right, everything's all good, and then he goes into the other room where the bandits are at, and the same thing like Matt said, puts the sheet over him very gently. Fucking
and the sword on the sheet. Quick decapitation.
No, he slit a throat. He slit the first person's throat, cut an artery. They died.
Yep.
Then sliced the hand off. Quick as fuck. And then he goes to a hooker because they had hookers. Kills the hooker.
And he didn't know yet because he hurt someone and then just
he killed the hooker. He killed the hooker. The hooker's like made a noise.
And just triggered someone else.
Yeah, another hooker woke up and she's butt ass naked. He slices that motherfucker, that hooker's head off. And then the big bandit comes over, and
this level 38 bandit, he teleports into the other room.
He teleports into the labyrinth afterwards. He basically kills the guy, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's more guys coming. Let me fucking teleport." So he's like, he teleports into the labyrinth to escape, and then he teleports again. Which, by the way, he's able to teleport now because of after his big battle in the previous episode with all of the figs that he had to face, he leveled up, and so now he can teleport without being depressed or suicidal or whatever.
Exactly.
And so he teleports back over, and he basically is able to see the first guy who gave him a bounty, and he's like, "Hey, I killed a couple bandits. Here's my bounty." And he's like, "Oh, okay, everything's all good." And he gets his coins.
Because like, I got into a fight and I killed them, but I found out they were bandits. So
yeah, and he's like, "Oh, that's fine." He's like, "You killed 3 bandits. 2 of them had bounties, so here's your bounty." And he has enough to buy Roxanne. He buys Roxanne, and off we go.
Yep. The old man forms a contract with them. Like, "Oh, she's yours now."
Keiaku.
But yeah, it's surprisingly violent.
It is very surprisingly violent. I'm glad.
No, I'll take it. I'll gladly take this.
And that's one thing that they don't do. They don't censor the violence a lot, which is great. They black out, and they do that also in the uncensored version where they black out where the guy cuts the dude's head off, or where they cut things off,
Yeah.
Where the blood is going to be or whatever the fuck happens with whatever's getting cut off. They do censor that still, even in the uncensored version. But I mean, really, the only difference between the Crunchyroll version and the uncensored version is literally just the sexual shit. That's it.
Yeah.
Like everything else is shown and is normal.
If I'm watching, I need titty. So
I go back just for the titty. Like I will go back online on Google, look for the titty scene, watch the titty scene, and then move on. But if I'm gonna watch for the actual plot, like we were watching, I'll watch it on Crunchyroll.
Very good. All right, Vermeil and Gold.
Another good one.
Yeah. Oh god. Even fucking Vermeil had a hard time. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yes.
Of course, we got a change in scene because it's needed. It's important for ecchis. Lilia and Charlos. How you pronounce the maid's name?
What was the anime we just said again? I'm sorry, I just blacked.
Vermeil.
Vermeil. The maid.
The girl with the kind of looks like she's wearing a maid outfit.
Shaori.
Okay, Charlie. Okay.
Cheryl. Sorry, Cheryl.
Cheryl's okay.
I guess I was like looking at it, and I'm like, wait, that's not an I, that's an L. I had to like go in deeper. I've been drinking, folks.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. Cheryl.
Okay. It's just spelled differently.
Sharol. Cheryl.
Yeah, and of course bra
and panty scene.
Yeah, bra and panty scene. And,
Vince Russo. I wonder if we showed Vince Russo hentai, what he would say. Look at all the bra and panties, bro.
My God, I want to kill him. Oh yeah, and of course Lily is like, "Oh, if I saw Alto change it, I wouldn't mind because it's him after all."
Of course. And he's like, "Well, never mind. I said that."
And of course, she blames Vermeil for people being spied on, all this, the perverted shit, even though she's a fucking pervert herself.
Which, by the way, you see earlier she's spot. Yeah, I think you just said that. My bad.
Yeah, she's fine. Yeah.
Went over my head. Sorry.
Yeah. And we get our kind of. She's not the main antagonist. We kind of got a villain.
We definitely have a villain. Her name is Chris. Chris
Westland. She's from that dragon group too, but you know she's got this actual dragon. Who was the guy that was hospitalized? What was his name? Marcus, or is it Rex?
Rex.
It was Rex. Okay.
Rex Steiner.
I wish he kept that name.
I know he should keep his fucking name. Well, maybe not. Vincent retired. He'll get his name back.
I still got no confidence.
I got a tiny bit of confidence. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, if they actually get rid of Kevin Dunn, I will have full confidence.
Well, Kevin Dunn's not part of creative. He's just got the shitty angles.
No, it's just more of he's the one that tells Vince that they're not good.
By the way, for anybody that follows wrestling at all over the last 30 years, Vince McMahon retired today. He retired. 77 years old. I don't know how many fucking centuries in the business. And he retired.
It's got to be like 70s.
He's 77.
I think he started getting involved in the business since the 70s.
That's 50 years.
More or less, fuck. Let me see. That's 1971.
Damn. It's 53 years. 52 years. 52 years.
Yeah, fuck. That's a long
52
time.
years, 6 centuries, or 6 decades, sorry. I don't know, fuck, I said 6 centuries.
Yeah, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. Yep. 6 fucking decades. Fuck.
6 decades.
I expect to live till I expect to be there till 85 and then die then.
I totally expected him to die in office.
Oh yeah, no, I think everyone did.
Who was the president of the United States to die in office? Like naturally, not assassinated.
Like while.
Yeah, was it Roosevelt?
I think so.
It's Roosevelt, right? He's the last guy who died in office.
Yeah.
He's also the last president that he died in his his third term, his ninth year.
Right. Yeah, he's the only one that had the 3 terms.
Imagine if he had Obama for 3 terms.
Oh God. But anyway, basically, we get a duel with Alto and Cristo.
You skipped a bunch of things. So basically, we get this duel.
There's so much.
Yeah, I see that. All right. So basically, so as Matt said at the beginning, Vermeil, what's her face, Aldo and Lilia, they're walking the hall, and all of a sudden they see the student council, and the student council, by the way, are all gold, like gold standard, right? Because we have like the bronze, we have like whatever, all these different standards that they mentioned at the beginning, and gold standard is like second highest or whatever behind platinum. And so they're all gold standard, like they're all revered, and everybody moves out the way and admires them, including Aldo. And well, Chris makes eye contact with Vermeil, and she's like, "Who is that woman?" Like she's curious, but like, who the fuck is she? Like that's an aura, like a different aura. And so, we go forward, and we see basically Rex is having a meeting with Chris as part of the Dragon Riders. And Chris beats the unholy hell out of Rex. Basically, it was like, "Oh, you're pathetic. You have a fucking little lizard instead of a dragon. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh, you got blood on my boot. Suck my boot and get the blood off of it. Do chores, and I'll maybe let you continue being a dragon rider." And Rex is like, basically, like, "Fuck you, ho. Like, I quit." And so she beats the unholy shit out of him, sends him to the hospital. Alto sees, hears about this and challenges fucking Chris to a duel, and we get our duel.
Why didn't Vermeil make her have an orgasm like she did last?
Oh, we also skipped before the whole thing where Aldo finds out. Aldo is basically in the shower, and he's like thinking about like, "Oh, they're so amazing." And then Vermeil's like, "Yeah, they are really cool." And she's like, "Right." He's like, "Oh, what? Like what?" He gets startled, and Vermeil's like, "Oh, like I'm your familiar. I'll do anything to satisfy your desires. Like close your eyes and leave everything to me. I'll make your dreams come true." And I assume they fuck in the shower. Like at this stage, Vermeil's not not Vermeil. Aldo's not a virgin at this stage,
Oh,
right?
oh no.
He has to not be a virgin.
I'm convinced he's not.
God, even if she raped him, like he's not a virgin.
I think she kind of did.
Multiple times.
Oh yeah.
He can't be a virgin.
No. There's no way. I'm sorry. There's no way.
No way. No way.
No way. Okay, continue.
I wish Vermeil had. I wish like we had Vermeil's like birth control where she'll never get pregnant here.
Yeah, that'd be nice, huh?
Anime birth control would be so clutch in real life. Just saying. Anyway, so we get our duel. Alto tries his same trick that he worked on Rex, but Chris is again a gold standard mage. Doesn't work. And basically, Vermeil keeps feeding Chris mana. I mean, not Chris. Keeps feeding Alto mana. Alto mana. And Chris notices the mana, like, oh, this is golden mana. That's odd. Not golden shower, golden mana. And
stop it.
No Ibushi and Omega finisher. I love that finisher, by the way. It is one of my favorite finishers, the golden shower.
What was that again?
One of my favorite finishers, the golden shower. Oh, you want to know what the finisher was? The double 450 splash.
Oh, okay.
Double simultaneous 450 splash.
Okay, so 630.
Yeah, well, it's two guys doing a 450 on top of the one guy.
Oh, that's right. Oh, golden lovers. That's right.
Yeah, golden lovers. Yeah.
Oh God.
I still have a shirt. I still have a golden lover shirt. Thanks, Hot Topic. But no, anyway. So like Vermeil keeps giving Alto mana, not working, and then it finally works, and they're like, "Oh, we defeated her." Chris gets on her dragon and keeps just fucking blowing fucking fire at her.
Well, this is a wyvern because this one has no arms.
Oh, I would have not known that. It's a
yeah. So with dragons, yeah. If it's no arms, it's a wyvern.
Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah. So she gets on top of the wyvern, fucking just kicking their ass, and then finally at the end, episode ends basically on a cliffhanger where Vermeil gives Aldo all the mana she can muster, and Aldo does like
that ice shot thing.
His ice shot, like, and I've kept thinking to myself in my head, I was like, yo, why doesn't Aldo have like any more magic? Like, does he not know any of the tricks? Like, can he not go invisible? Can he not shoot? Like, he can shoot it as like bullets. He can do the giant ice rays. Like,
I still know is that his main.
Spell? It's got and they said at the beginning like, oh, it's powerful magic. The second year shouldn't be doing, but like he should have other magic.
Yeah, especially he's supposed to be this guy that's like top of the class.
Maybe I'm just spoiled with. You know what I thought about when I had that thought? I was like, maybe I'm spoiled with Executioner because like you know how fucking Menno is able to like basically have like all this different like various like magics with her like spells with her mana control. Like I'm thinking, like, oh, this dude has like this crazy mana. Why doesn't he have like a bunch of crazy spells? Like, why doesn't he have like fucking like ice, like you know, fucking ice crosses coming down or some shit? Or why doesn't he have fucking like ice like trap, like you know, like an ice sphere trapping, whatever, some shit, you know, something different. But all he has is ice that comes from the floor, which is fine, but whatever. Anyway, it was solid though.
No, it was good. What should we move on to now?
Stepmom, because that's the other ecchi. We always do the ecchis all together.
I was gonna say engage kiss, but okay.
we finished with engage kiss, so that's the best one. Although this week's stepmom, not finished, like you know, finish the ecchi part.
Okay, so say I'm closing with Abyss because that was you muted.
I know.
I was like, I'm closing with Abyss, but
no, yeah. We're closing with Abyss. That's fine. Totally fine with me.
Okay. All right. My stepmom's daughter is my ex. Okay. We basically, Yume finds his brother's pantsu. What does he do? What does she do, Ethan? You're muted again. Like I can't hear you.
I had the mute button on my mic. It works, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I'm glad we know it works.
Anyway, she sniffed his crotch. Dude. Sniffed the dick part.
Yeah. Also, before that, though, we see a glimpse of her 6 months ago where she had like a mini shrine.
Yep. Anything that homeboy
Mizuto had. Yeah.
Yep. Gave her. She kept in a box, prayed to the box, and it made her happy.
That was her morning routine.
And then she found the pantsu, and she's like, Chinko.
I can smell the musk.
I can smell the musk. And then she gets embarrassed. She should get embarrassed because she smelled her fucking sibling Chinko. And she's like, I'll give it to him when he goes to bed. Like, is he asleep?
Or yeah,
And
like I'll just throw it in, like nothing happened.
yeah, like, is he asleep? And you hear,
and Mizuno has her bra.
we find out, and he's like, oh, I think he's asleep. And as she's gonna open his door, he opens his door, and she's got his bra. And I'm surprised nobody kept saying, like, if you heard, I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah. He was spanking.
He was spanking the monkey to her fucking bra.
But
I mean, they're 14. It makes sense. It fits the mold,
Yeah, and yeah, they're in that phase. But
yep.
But yeah, they play rock paper. Also, again, she has a vision of I have to call him Oni-chan, and she gets whipped on the ass. I was like, what the fuck you doing?
Oh yeah. Hentai Oni-chan. No, Hentai Imoto. It's Hentai Imoto-kun.
It's like, no. I was like, this is not necessary.
Bro, I wish I want to see the dojin. I just want to see the dojin. It would be fucking great.
I'm sure there's plenty, but
oh, dude, the slip in episode 1 where he slips. Oh, Chinko's definitely going in.
Who slipped in by accident?
It slipped in by accident. Why was it fucking rock hard? It just was.
Well, why were your legs open all the way?
Why were your legs open all the way?
Oh,
Why are you wet? It wouldn't have gone in if you weren't so wet.
Well, there's nothing wrong going in Raw. But yeah, they play rock, paper, scissors. Yume, Jaken, and Yume loses, so she has to explain first. Is that nothing happened though? And she was like talking about her introverted self a bit, trying to change the subject. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Why do you have my bra?" It's like, well, what happened was that I was in the laundry. I saw a piece of clothing. I grabbed it. Dad walked in, and I was gonna give it to you later. Then Yume has the same story, but his boxers are in the fridge, and then not in the fridge, in the fucking dryer.
In the fridge. Refrigerated Chinko smell.
What? Well, if there's a little bit of cum in there, then.
Oh my god. Anyway,
and then the mother. Yeah, the mother caught her, and he's like, "You just took my story." It's like, no. And
all right, let's cut a deal. We each get one request, as long as it doesn't infringe on basic rights. We're fine.
Deal. Basically, in the house, we're loving, we're friendly. Outside, we do whatever the fuck we want. Mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
And so
internally, though,
she doesn't like it. But we go to the next. But yeah, we go to the next day, and Yumi sees Mizuno with this girl.
Yes,
and she's
with dark glasses and dark hair. And Yumi's like, "That's the old me. What the fuck? This guy is such a fucking piece of shit." Whatever.
She's like, "Why? Why is this why he said I do what I want outside the house?"
Right.
And so she goes home, and there's slippers.
There's loafers there. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a girl loafers.
Yep. And though she goes to his room, and he's like, "Hey."
No, she doesn't go to the room yet. She's trying to hear, and doesn't hear anything.
Yeah. And she calls him. Say like, "Hey, like, can you go to the store?" Type of thing.
I need a favor. Go to the store. And he's like, "I'm gonna have you run a favor for me." Like, all right, what do you need? Lettuce and cheese. What the fuck? Okay, I'll get you lettuce and cheese. So you hear some running in the house, and then you hear the door slam, and she's like, "Okay, good. He left." So he goes to open the room to see, and she opens to see her brother, and she's like, "Wait, I thought you left." He's like, "Huh? What do you mean? Like what?" And then she runs back to the front. The loafers are gone, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And she shows Oni-chan the photo, and Oni-chan's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Like what?" And then they basically, was like, "Oh, you're tripping, whatever the fuck." Yeah. And then we go back and we see what's his face? We see Mizuto call his friend. If I can pull up the friend's name, where the fuck is here it is? Stepmom's daughter X. He calls the friend's name, Kawanami, and he tells Kawanami basically that the girl from the date and the girl who basically was in the house her name is what's it called? Nanami. Minami. Sorry, Minami.
Yeah.
Minami. I don't know what the fuck I said that for. Minami.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
oh
she
shit,
was-
the fight's over already? Oh, what the fuck? Wow, I missed the fight completely. Damn, he went to sleep.
All right, continue.
Oh my god. Sorry, I had the Bellator fight on. That was super quick. Yo, these fucking Dagestani Russians, bro, kicking the fuck out of the Americans. All these Khabibs, bro. What the fuck? Wow. Hold on, let me write that really quick. These fucking Khabibis. God damn. Anyway, so she basically tells Kananami, is that Kananami? I said that Kawanami
Yeah.
that Minami, Jesus Christ, names are is basically was like, hey, let's get married. And Mizuto's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I want to be Imoto with Yume. And she
Yeah.
basically she has like a crush on Yume, right?
So
And
basically, if she marries the brother, she'll be in the family. Type of thing.
yeah, and she's like, and you're cute, da 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 da. So Mizuto asks Kawanami, like, yo, how is Minami anyway? And she's like, oh, like she's a great girl, but she's super obsessive over things she loves, like really, really obsessive, and tells a far-fetched story about how she had a boyfriend once and basically drove him to exhaustion, and he went to the hospital. And what's it called? Mizuto's like, oh well, fuck, that's kind of fucking far-fetched, but that's totally believable at the same time. Holy shit, we don't want that. And so basically, Kawanami is like, hey, you need to do this in order to get Minami off of your ass. And he's like, what the fuck? So the episode ends. He goes over to Yume's room, knocks on the door, and tells Yume, hey, I want to submit my request for my favor.
My favor.
And she's like, all right, well, as long as it doesn't infringe on anything, what do you want? And he's like, go on a date with me tomorrow. And she starts blushing like, Nani? And that's how the episode ends.
Yep. I like this episode. It was funny, creepy, and yeah, all around good. Better than Rent a Girlfriend.
Everything's better than Rent a Girlfriend, bro. At this stage, if I look at the 21 anime I'm watching, like Rent a Girlfriend would be 21. Even Boruto with the shitty fucking filler is ahead of goddamn Rent a Girlfriend for me.
Well, as of right now, our disappointment by default would be Teppin because we dropped it.
Yeah, that's gonna basically win by default.
All right. Engage Kiss.
Anyway, Engage Kiss.
We got some backstories here.
Yes, I was really glad that we got these backstories because at this point when I saw the episode, I hadn't watched Lycoris, and I was like, oh, Charlie's Angels, meh, whatever. Like it's like, oh, ecchi anime, and then they gave us the backgrounds, and I was like, oh, cool. They basically made Homeboy not be a fucking a feckless piece of shit, right? Like he has a backstory, and he's got a really sad backstory at that,
Right.
Yeah, so basically Shu is asleep. The episode starts with Shu asleep, and Shu basically recounts the time that his family was murdered by like the demons that he basically goes after. And he wakes up and he goes like, don't worry, family, like I haven't forgotten about you. And as he's fighting, basically they have like this caterpillar demon that him and Kisara can fight. And so we get the story from his former, I guess, caretaker to the federal agent that he's talking to on the bridge as they're having this fight, and they start going on the background of Shu, and we say, yeah, Shu like lost his family, and I took him in for a year, and with Kisara, like he found like hope, and he's basically battling the demons. We find out basically that all of like the units in the city teamed up against Shu and Kisara and lost, and they're like, well, rather than fucking have them destroy the world, let's just join forces with them, and they agreed. And so that's why Kisara fights the demons, that even though she is one. But we find out basically, and we noticed this in episode 1, and they had to do a good explanation. If you have a contract or you work with a demon, you always, without fail, must give up something of yours. Like you'll never like be the same. Like something of yours goes. And it's this instance for Shu, it's his memories. Every time he like gives power and gets power from Kisara, he loses some sort of memory. The reason why this is earlier in the episode, we see him meet up with Ayano, and Ayano's like, oh, look at my like outfit, whatever the fuck, and he's like, oh, what's with the outfit, dude? And Ayano gets upset. And Kisara basically has to tell him, like, yo, you've lost your memories. That's the very first outfit that she wore when you guys went on a date, like your very first date. And that's why it was significant. And it basically, Shu gets a little flustered, but at the same time, he's dedicated to wanting to avenge his family. And he's like, there's no boundary I won't cross to avenge my family. I'll even, what's it called? I'll even be intimate with someone that I'm not in love with, just so I can avenge my family, because that's all I care about. I'll give you all of my memories as long as you help me avenge my family. And that's all like on Shu's mind. And they make out pretty like passionately. That was definitely a passionate makeout session. That wasn't like, I'm doing this because I need to. Like, no, there was passion in the sadness in Shu's like determination in his will. Right. And basically it gives Kisara all the power, and Kisara is able to defeat the demon that by this point grew into a butterfly and was flying and all this crazy shit. But that's the real backstory that we get between them. And so I'm really glad we got that. It gave us definitely a reason to care about Shu and invest in him, and also follow Kisara and Ayano because of the fact that in their own way, through Shu's suffering, like they're being drug along and they're suffering in their own ways as well. So I was really happy with that story.
Yeah, no, this was definitely nice. And then what you call it? What's her name again?
Which one?
The demon girl. Yeah, Kisara. She sees how much Ayano cares about Shu with these little memory things. So I thought that was nice. So just being that competition type thing.
No, like she recognizes that. And it's kind of like, in a way, and you realize this in this week's episode of Rent a Girlfriend, where Ruka really understands, like, yo, like, as much as like Kazuya's a fucking dirtbag and a piece of shit, like she recognizes Chizuru is her competition, and she understands why Chizuru is her competition. And so in this instance, Kisara understands why Ayano is her competition, and understands like the situation that she's in, and she plays her role, even if it does bother her, but she tries to get her own like things out of it as a result. But there's a dynamic there that she understands, and it works within that circumstance or in that role. So
right. But nice shit. All right, moving on.
Shit, pal.
Overlord 4.
How many more do we have? God damn.
We got Overlord.
Cuckoos.
No, there was no Cuckoos. There was a recap.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Abyss, Call of the Night, and Yakuza.
Okay, cool. What are we culminating?
Yakuza.
Yes.
No, I feel like I have to watch it today. It's like, okay, I think this should. I wanted Call of the Night, but next time.
No, we'll see what happens with Call of the Night. But you see why I stand for Yakuza.
Oh yeah, no, it's really good.
It's so good. We'll get into it momentarily. Anyway, Overlord, solid episode of Overlord. Man, these last 5 we're gonna get into, all super solid.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we get Albedo and Ainz, and basically Albedo's gonna be on her own. And Albedo, and she's like, "Oh, there's only one thing that can cure like sickness, what's that? A kiss. I want a kiss."
Kissu.
She's like very happy when she said it, but Ainz kisses her on the cheek,
and he's like, "I thought a kiss in the mouth would be too much." And Albedo starts crying. She's like, "I thought you would just dismiss my request. This means so much to me."
Yeah, then Ainz like, "All right, here's a hug. Shut the fuck up.
Stop crying, ho. Like, it's not that serious. Okay."
It's like, you gotta be patient, that type of thing.
Yep.
Now, all that was going on. Albedo is on her merry way. And then we get a meeting with these old people, these old sorcerers. And they're talking about there's this grade 11 spell that they think they could use to beat Ainz. And I was like, okay, what is it? That type of thing. They're talking about the vampire and then Demigur when he was in disguise. And Ainz is disguised with the knight. As the phone goes off. But
sorry.
It's cool. All that was going on. I was like, okay, I bet they're all in cahoots. Like, where's the connection here? And their thing also, what'd you call it? The Emperor What's his name?
Derp. I don't fucking remember. There's so many characters that I don't remember because it's been so long since I've seen it.
I know. That's why I was trying to feel like, what's his name? And
You just binged it fairly recently too. Like you shouldn't be forgetting. Like
I shouldn't be forgetting. But again, there's so many fucking characters.
I can't even
Jerkniv.
Jerk off. What?
Yeah, Jerkniv.
Jerperger.
JIRCNIV.
Huh?
That's how you spell it. JIRCNIV.
Call him jerk off.
Yeah, Emperor Jerkoff. Yeah, he's losing his hair
because he's so stressed out.
Yeah, he's so stressed out with eyes and the fact he's got to beat the sorcerers for this thing to do his little double cross thing. So he invites him to like this Roman Coliseum type tournament style thing. And eventually they were talking. And it's like, okay, they're like passing notes to each other. Like, oh, you're just in time for the main event. It's like, oh, and the guy fight this guy is Eins Ungol.
Eins Ungol. Nani?
So he freaks out, and then the sorcerer thinking, oh, you set us up. I know you were working with him. It's like, that's not like that. I didn't do. I swear I didn't know. And he slowly is kind of like, but he's good at talking. Have you guys heard of this? Like, he's very persuasive that Eins is like levitating above them. It's like, hey guy, what's going on? It's like, hey, like, you doing well? Yeah, are you trying to betray me? No. Then he's like, they were talking to the sorcerers, like, oh, I need to introduce myself to you guys, and they're like, we're leaving. You can take this guy. Fuck off.
Yeah.
And then he talks to the emperor. He's like, are you taking care of yourself? You need to take care of your body. You know that, right? Like, yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna go kill your guy down there. Okay, I ain't in trouble.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. And then he's just very stressed the fuck out.
Oh, dude.
Losing more hair. He's gonna go bald when this is over.
Ohage.
It's gonna happen. Just like, goddamn.
Right.
But it's setting up for something big, and I can't wait to see what this grade 11 summon or spell is.
That he's gonna fucking win.
Yeah. I'll wait till you come back because I think he's getting more drinks.
No.
Okay.
I thought I heard because my cat likes to lick the sink. I give him water and he licks the sink.
Before we continue, I had a friend that was also currently watching Overlord and he finished season 3. And he was like, so why didn't he just fight the guy in a duel? I was like, okay, here's why he didn't. He said, unless you master the sword, you're not going to kill me. So why is he going to waste his time in a fight? Just given this, sparing the dignity, this is to death. Bye. So, yeah, I would love to see a fight. Hell yeah. But again, he said, you're not going to win. So I gave you some dignity. So just fighting to embarrass yourself. That was it. So good shit. All right. Good call shit, the night.
Wow.
Yes, good shit, pal. But yeah, call the night. This another really good one. I love the art style for this still.
Yes, I do. It's all what's it called? Outrun.
Yeah.
It's Outrun style, and it's amazing. It truly is amazing.
But it basically starts with Akira and Ko from the previous episode. Like they got like, what are you doing here? Type of thing. And before we see more of the talk, we go forward for like, I don't know, maybe a couple hours. Ko's talking to us about like what's it like to like have friends, that type of thing. She's like, you never had friends. Like I did. I don't know if I would call her a friend, but you see from the previous night that Akira still considered Ko a friend. She had the communicator from like back then, because when he put it on her mailbox when he was younger, she hasn't taken it off. So I was like, oh. And then there's this more of like, why weren't you like, why'd you stop going to school and all this? And then it turned to it's 4 a.m. and she gets up this early to walk to school. That's very early. I can't do that.
She said she likes to get walks in.
Yeah. That's fair. So now their thing, yeah. So that now. Now their thing is that basically they meet up around 4:30 in the morning every day.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's getting his blood sucked, like a booty call, he goes to see Akira, his childhood friend.
Hey.
And she's like, oh, like I knew it was just physical. Like, are you gonna? I'm just a come and go or a suck and go. It's like, oh, like sorry, I gotta do this. I was like, is it a girl? I was like, oh shit, it is, isn't it? Yeah, so you see Ko and Akira talk at the park, and Azuna is like spying around. Is like, hey, who's this? Who's this bitch?
You're right.
What you doing? What's going on? And yeah, so and then he just grabs Ko, sucks his blood in front of her, establishing dominance.
I'll show you what I do.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah, and then
You're bleeding. Oh my god.
Yeah, then she revealed that she's a vampire to Akira, and they're at this. I guess you can call it a diner.
Yeah, like a morning cafe, I guess.
A morning cafe, yeah. And she gets a beer at like 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
While they get their coffee and shit. And it was mostly like them talking about each other. And then she's basically asking Ko, why did you stop going to school? And apparently, for some reason, this ticked Nazuna off.
Yeah, because basically he's like, I really felt like I wasn't having fun, and Akira like relates to Ko, and he's like, she's like, yeah, I'm going through that exact same thing right now, like it's not very fun, and she gets pissed off because Akira is like, Ko, come with me to school, I'll have way more fun with you around, and I think we'll have fun together, please come back with me. And then that pisses off Nazuna.
Yeah,
and
she jelly
storms out.
Yeah, and then he starts running after her. And she's like, "You mad?" He's like, "You mad? I'm not mad."
Right.
And the thing that she just jumps away, flies off.
Right.
And
I won't let you get past me. I let her get past me.
Yep. No, you won't get. I won't let you out of my sight. He's like, "Shit, she's out of my sight."
Yep.
And he's been looking for a couple hours. He sees it's about to turn to morning, and he hears her through the communicator. And he's like,
sorry, dozo. Gomen nasai, dozo.
And she's like, why are you sorry? He's like, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, she's like, I was just pissed. She's like, I was just ticked off. And she's like, isn't ticked off and mad the same thing? But okay. And then he's like, she's like, why are you saying sorry? And he's like, I just want to repair what we had. And she's like, oh, like what we have is needing to be repaired. Like, what is this? Yeah. And in between, we skipped over as he was trying to catch up. He gave up. He was exhausted. So as he goes, he tripped on the stairs and fell and busted. Lip. He busted his lip. So as him and Nazuna are talking, Nazuna's like, oh, you cut your lip. And he goes, yeah, I fell. And she goes up close and she's like, wow, you cut your lip pretty bad. It's bleeding a lot. And he goes, yeah, I know. And she basically comes up really close and sucks his blood through his mouth and basically kissed him.
Yep. And she's like, all right, that's enough blood for me today. I'll see you tomorrow.
And then she's like, I'll see you tomorrow, friend. And he's like, wait, friends aren't supposed to kiss? And that's how it ends.
But still, that was still a nice touch.
It was a nice touch. It was a good episode for sure.
No, definitely a good episode.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, co-main.
Thank God.
Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting.
My favorite. This is, truth be told, honest to God, I think my favorite anime this season.
I feel like it's going to be in top 5 for sure.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
No, this is my favorite so far. But yeah, we picked up where we left off, where Sakuragi and Kirishima, they're at the hospital where where her mother is.
Yes, and they bring Yaika, and it's an emotional scene. Yaika sees her mom, and she was about to cry, but no, she puts a brave face, and she's like,
and shows the drawing that she drew.
She's like, I got you a drawing, and I'm sorry for not believing in you, and I'm sorry for saying I didn't know you, and I love you, and I'll be seeing you again. And it makes Sakuragi and her aunt cry as they see this beautiful moment. And as they're talking, Yaika's hungry, and she's like, oh, she gets embarrassed because she's hungry. And so Kirishima's like, let's go get some food. Okay, let's go get some food. So they go get food, and the aunt tells Sakuragi like, hey, I ran into a familiar face, and we get the introduction of Aoi. Aoi is a former a former member of the gang of the Yakuza, former family member, and he basically begged to be, to be let go from the family, so he could be a protective father and husband, with his family. And the boss felt empathy and gave him let him go, right? And so it's funny because he was, I guess, a playboy, and he's teaching his 6-year-old son, to be a playboy. So that was pretty funny. But he tells Kirishima, he's like, where we live, there's not many boys around their age, or not many people around his age. So I hope that they can get along, because his son is 6 and Yaika's 7, and so he basically says, I'll give you this if you go on a date with me. And his father slaps him in the back of the head, like, don't do that. But no, we got a nice wholesome moment, I guess, between them at the end of the day. And we see that Aoi's eternally grateful for everything that Sakuragi the Sakuragi family provided for him and did for him. And, and he's really proud of Kirishima to take his steps, because he was the former first lieutenant. And basically Aoi was was Kirishima's senpai at the time. And so it's a nice moment between everybody as you go along from there. As they leave the hospital, they go and stop to get donuts for everybody. And as they're going, we see the introduction of a cat,
and I think the main antagonist, Yuri.
Don't
recall. There's a guy with white hair that looked at the cat.
Keep talking, because I think my cat didn't bury its shit. I'm gonna go bury this shit real quick.
He's talking about it's probably like a lure, like a trap type of thing. But I thought I was gonna do something to the cat, but thankfully that wasn't the case.
Right. Lazy ass cat don't bury its shit. God damn it. Hate that shit.
Who was the girl that was by
I don't know her name. I don't know her name.
They didn't say her name, did they?
They might have, and I slipped my mind.
There was a short girl.
She's in the OP for sure.
Yeah, there's a girl with like orangish, reddish hair.
Yeah, she's kind of cute. High school girl. Cute.
Yeah, I think it was more like she was starving type of thing. She sees the cats, and now, Kirishima, Sakuragi, they're starting walking. They got the box of donuts. It's like, oh, we can eat together and all that. And then she's like, I hear Kitty, I hear Neko. And then she goes to see the cat, and then she sees the girl that just fell over,
tries to attack, and Kirishima basically saves Ojo, Yaika. And we find out basically that the girl was a high school girl. She ran away because she was pissed off that her family was pissed off that she failed a bunch of classes, and she was hungry. So they gave her food, and they listened to her story. And then she realizes, like, oh, Ojo, and she puts 2 and 2 together. And she's like, oh my God, it's a Yakuza and a girl. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Don't kill me. Can I have some more donuts?
It's like, no.
No.
And it's like, oh, she ate the coworker's donuts. Like, we'll save the cat.
Right.
Turn to the cat.
And then Yaika's like, I want to keep the cat. And Kirishima's like, it's a lot of responsibility. Are you sure? Yeah, I want to keep the cat.
He's like, all right, we'll talk to your dad.
We'll talk to your dad. And she keeps the cat. And that cat is adorable.
Oh, yeah, very adorable. What was the cat's name?
Ohagi.
It's
a cute name, too.
It is, yeah. And even the father sees it. And, he sees the cat nuzzling on him. And he's just like...
Was that a greeting?
Yeah, it's like, oh. And then, she goes to feed the cat. Like, oh, the food's ready, but the cat's not there. He went to the antique room with the other mob guys. Scares one of them, and now because of this, the cat is trapped in the box.
Yep, and they break a vase on top of that.
And the cat's getting flashbacks of being abandoned in a box.
Yaika's able to find Ohagi, and they free him, and then the 2 guys go to Sakuragi.
They're broke. It's like, oh, how are you guys going to pay for this?
And then he stops himself because he sees
the cat,
and he reminds him of his wife. He's showing mercy.
Because what you call the daughter was speaking for the cat.
Yeah, like, I didn't mean to. I startled them. Everything is okay. I'm sorry.
I thought that was adorable.
It was adorable.
And he's just like, this is your only chance.
There won't be a next time.
like, sorry. And there was a flashback with Kirishima when he got for the same thing, and the wife was right there. So it was a nice play of it. And they get you definitely remind me of your mother. And that was the end of the episode. We forgot. Yeah, the main antagonist again.
Yeah,
white hair guy, Yuri.
And he's like, "Oh, like that's not you, demon of the Sakuragi family, playing a father. What's this?"
It's like I need like show out the real you,
right?
And then the episode. This was great.
It was adorable, dude. Like literally, like episode 2 made me cry. Episode 3, wholesome. This is one of the more wholesome shows that I've seen in a long time, and just in general, dude. Like it's very emotional. Like if you love, like this is the type of little girl I like to see in anime, bro. Not fucking Anya. Give me a Yayaka. Give me Yayaka all day over fucking Anya. Yeah, I said it, motherfuckers. Come fight me. Straight up. Fucking straight up.
All right, let's get
Bakayada, man. God, every time I see fucking Anya be stupid, I want to punt her. I want to fucking punt her. And then it's crazy. A lot of my fans that have children, they're like, "Oh, children are like that. That are just like Anya." I'm like, I guess I'm gonna be punting fucking children then. You know who's not like Anya? Fucking Yayaka. Yayaka's not like Anya. Give me a Yayaka.
All right, let's go to the main event before it turns into this. May and Abyss. Another beautiful episode and fucked up.
I wouldn't classify it as beautiful. Definitely fucked up.
I would say like theater and all that is still beautiful.
Of course. Basically,
we picked up where we left off. They're in the city of Hollows. And what's called Rico is looking for a whistle, and this thing has Prushka.
Prushka, yeah, and they're opening Prushka with a chisel, basically.
And she's like, "What are you doing to her?" And then Rico stops herself, like,
No, it wasn't Rico. It was Reg. Reg was like, "Oh, you motherfuckers!" Like, was gonna go attack, and Rico stops Reg, and she's like, "Wait, Prushka doesn't mind." And then
they explain why they do it. Like, yeah, but basically to make a better sound come out.
Yeah, you can't have it within the stone, or you can't have the stone hidden once it's.
You can't have the stone hidden because again, it won't be able to play.
Stop it.
It won't be able to play the sound that comes with the whistle when you blow it.
Right.
So basically, yeah, they were helping.
Right. And so they left it be.
Yeah, let it be for now. This hollow thing. I don't remember his name.
Well, I wonder if we click on it, will we see
that giant snake-like thing?
Well, you know who it reminds me of? It reminds me of the leader from toward the end of the episode, which we'll talk about.
Oh, the princess
from the first expedition, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Why do they have Bondrewd? It shows Bondrewd as a character in season 3.
I think we're gonna see him. Because remember, he's still seeing what they're doing.
Is he?
Yeah, because Nanachi mentions it.
Oh,
that's why Nanachi's like, "I'm sorry to see Rico shit."
Oh yeah,
that type of thing. That's why.
Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, we get the explanation, and so they go to a market, and so with the market, they see all these things. Rico ends up finding like, oh, these are old cave raver gear. Like this is all ancient from like previous times. They're like, oh my god, it's a letter from Mom's thing. I want this. And the guy explains like, hey, you can't touch other people's shit of value, and like everything is of value. You could sell yourself for value. She's like, I'm not selling myself. Like, okay, whatever. And they keep on going.
Well, can you sell this?
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, can I sell? Yeah, you can barter. That's fine." But they don't get a chance to. As they keep going, basically, they get really into what's the animal's name? Her pet that used to be Prishka's.
Oh, Minya.
Yeah, Minya. Yeah, Minya.
Oh god, I felt so bad for that thing.
Yeah, so everybody gets excited with Minya, and they're like, "Okay, you can play with Minya." And then this one I guess creature was basically trying to find like playing with Menya. Except
we missed something before that.
Hmm.
That they actually had currency to stay at an inn.
No, that's after the fact. That's after what they did with Menya.
I could have
No, that's after. That's after Menya. That's after what happened with Menya. So basically, they're playing with Menya, and then the guy, he squeezes Menya, and then Menya's eye pops out of its skull, and its asshole like basically becomes like what's it called, like hemorrhoided out, like it protrudes out. And Rika freaks out, like, why did you do that? Why would you do that? I can't believe you guys. Why would you do that?
And I thought it died. I was like,
yeah, I thought it died too. And then the what's her face comes over. God, what's her name? Nanachi comes over.
Yeah.
And basically says, "Oh, it's fine. It'll just be sore for a while and swollen for a while." Pushes the eyeball in and pushes the asshole back in. Yeah. And the guy's like, "Oh, how much would you value how much do you value Menya?" And she's like, "Oh, like I can't put a value on it." So she's like, "Oh, would you say that it's invaluable?" And she goes, "Yeah." And you hear a noise, like a scream, from the distance. And the thing that fucked up Menya begins to run. And Rico's like, "What the fuck?" He
finds us being punished.
And they're like, "Oh, it's called the balancing." Basically, if you cause damage or destroy something that someone considers a value, they can you basically give what that value is. Since you deem that Menya is invaluable, it's gonna give you your just rewards. And we basically see all like the toys that this fucking animal had. Anything of value to him was destroyed. You see this guy's soul just be fucking destroyed when he sees his like favorite stuffed animal be burned to a crisp. And then they're like, "Oh, we still don't have enough." And they start ripping its body to pieces and killing it. And his body gets sent to other people for food, or people play with the body. Like, it's really fucked up. And then on top of that, at the end, like, I guess part of his body becomes currency, and they get a few currencies, and they get a giant currency. And the guy's like, "Oh, well, with this much currency, like, you won't be, you'll be good."
Basically she got compensated for what happened.
Yeah, she get compensated for what happened. And on top of that, because of what they just saw, they were like, "Oh, I think everybody recognizes like you're pretty valuable, so no one's gonna mess with you or fuck you up," because they recognize like you're valuable. So they end up staying in the inn. They get food, and
like this growl ugly flies around.
Yeah, flies around.
And Rico's like, "Oh, it's actually good. Stop.
It's tasty. It's tasty. It's tasty." And it gives her the shits.
Yep, again.
So she's running.
She has terrible bladder and bowel issues.
Yeah, she has definitely irritable bowel syndrome, it seems. No doubt.
Yeah, that and again, very nervous.
Yeah, shitty bladder. Pun intended.
So she's out of commission for the rest of the episode, basically.
Yeah, and so
Nachi and Reg are basically looking around. And you see these hollows in a pack, like, what's going on? And they say like the queen is here.
Yeah, and they're like, "Who is the queen?" And basically, they're all Reg basically.
Hold on, we got a comment. What in the world are you talking about? Well, Elwitz, we're talking about Made in Abyss. How good of you to join us.
Elwitz, hey, we got a name at least this time, and he's from YouTube.
Yeah, how you doing?
We got 2 names on YouTube. Shout out to all you guys watching, all 3 folk of you.
Yep, how good of you to join us. Glad to have you.
As we're wrapping this up very slowly but surely.
Just about, yeah. But no, and that basically is like, do we follow them? That type of thing. And we see this princess of this village, and Faputa. That's her name.
Yeah. And basically, we get a flashback when Reg puts his eyes on her, and we see when they first arrive in the Golden City, like the explorers, they first arrive in the Golden City, like they admit, like, oh yeah, they're on the Suicide Squad, basically, like they're a lot less numbered than what they went in with. People have died and whatnot.
Yep.
And we see these hollows greet them, and they trying to get the language, and they welcome them to the Golden City. And then, bless you, little fucker. And all of a sudden, we see one of the giant birds come over and eat the fucking hollow. And that's how the episode basically ends. So it is definitely a fucked up episode, no doubt.
Also, I love the ED for this.
Yes, I love the OP too. The ED is super good. Like, so many good fucking songs, dude, this season. It's gonna be tough. So many songs.
Oh yeah, no, I think this is going to win soundtrack for sure.
Probably. It would have won the sound. I hope it won soundtrack back in 2017 for season 1.
Probably. I got to look. But no, I'm loving this series. I'm loving season 2. And no, we got plenty of bangers throughout this week, except for a few.
Such a strong season, dude. Such a strong season.
And that's why it's tough.
Yeah, dude. Like Chorus, fucking what's it called? Overlord, Yakuza, Call of the Night, Made in the
Classroom, Isekai Ojisan.
Oh, this is my top 5. I just named my top 5.
Yeah, no.
Imagine I picked up like Chorus and I'm like, oh, but that's my top 5 now.
Yeah, and with Summertime Renner is still going.
Mm-hmm.
We still got Cuckoos, which will come back next week.
Yep. Even the ecchis are really solid ecchis. These are the best ecchis in terms of plot I've seen since I've started watching anime ecchis that aren't hentai.
No, they've been solid so far. They weren't like forced or bad.
It all fits in the context. It fits the story.
Yeah, definitely better than. They definitely do a better job with than World and Harem.
Even the censorship, I chuckle on the Crunchyroll version of the censorship. Instead of having the giant strips, you see giant error windows, like on Windows, and it said content cannot be displayed due to nudity, and it's in Japanese. And I thought it was funny. It's like pop-ups. It's like pop-up error. So at least it's kind of funny from that standpoint, even if it's going to be shitty with the principle of blotting out the opie.
Closing thoughts of the week.
Super solid week, dude. Very super solid week. I can't wait to see how it ends. As like I said, we're recording on a Friday, so tomorrow is going to be Black Summoner, which is one of my faves. Like Chorus, Engage Kiss, Cuckoos. Damn, it's a 4. Saturday's a 4 banger right now for me.
Yeah. Also, we're not recording next week. I am going away for my birthday.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, which passed. It was fine.
Yes. Happy belated again. Did I wish you a happy birthday? I think I wish you a happy birthday, Nita.
Yeah, you did. You did it on the air.
I did. Yeah, I'm happy belated again.
Yeah, it happened Monday. It was nice and quiet. I liked it.
That's what's up.
Yep. So yeah, I'm going to Canada Tuesday.
Oh, Canada! How better than America you are.
And right now, yeah. But but yeah, I'll be back Sunday. I'll try to catch up with everything I can before we record. The following Thursday, we will see.
We hope.
I should be able to. I'll figure it out. But anyway, we talked our cake. We ate our cake. We are now full of cake.
It's I would expect it to be longer. We're only at 2:17.
No,
we might be able to edit some shit.
Honestly, it was just 2.5 hours. I think we're good.
Yeah, dude. We went over 21 different. No, we went over more. We went over like 27 different anime.
Yeah, so if we can keep it like this, we're good. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at DemonPhoenix12. You can follow our actual Talk to Keki Twitter at Talk to Keki. We want to thank Sean, our editor and we got to thank W2M Network for hosting us, having us on your favorite local podcast. We have a link. We have a link tree on our Twitter. If you follow that, we're on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You name it, it's probably there. There's a bunch. And what you call? We want to thank Chair Shot Radio for them hosting us on their Chair Shot Radio network every Sunday. I believe they are caught up at the backlog on there. Hopefully this should be out in a few days. Also, we have a Facebook group called Eat the Cake Anime on Facebook. If you join it, let us know how you found us. If it's for this, we'll give you a shout out. We'll take care of you. Also, we are looking for special guests for our secondary show, Keki Shop. If you have a favorite, eventually we gotta get more people. We got that. We basically, that's one we just focus on one anime or a certain topic that we think we stretch out to an hour. If it's an anime that we haven't watched and you want to talk about it, convince us to watch it. That ordeal. basically, messages at Talk to Keki on the Twitter. Let us know when your availability is, and we will work something out. Even your plugs.
Or you can message us on Talk to Keki on Instagram at TalkThekeki. That's Talk to Keki. We are on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at podcast.senpai. That is my podcast Instagram. You can follow me at AI_anime24. That is my anime Instagram, where I post my daily updates in terms of shows that I watch and reviews and such. You can follow me. Where the fuck else can you follow me? You can follow me on Twitter at SHOSTOPPA24. That's Showstopper24. Follow me on there. And we also have analyst page. Well, you have a my analyst page. I have an analyst. You can follow me at analyst.co/SHOSTOPPA249. Again, all of our socials have a link tree where you can follow us, follow our endeavors, follow our socials wherever you want to listen to us, etc. On a personal note, I just found out that my podcast host from the MMA for Marks podcast, Andy, he's got a wildfire in his house, and he got evacuated, and his house is on fire.
Good God.
So my podcast host is having a really shitty time. Shout out to you, brother. I hope the house isn't too fucked up when you get back, and you and your family are safe, and you're able to recover anything that you could, whatever the case is. Hopefully not, but yeah, my boy's fucked up there. So a little personal, a little sad, little ending there from that standpoint, brother.
All right. Well, I wish him the best for his friends, families, all that jazz. Anyway, in 2 weeks, we will be back. We will be talking about the Dragon Ball. Actually, not that's Dragon Ball movie yet. That's sometime next month.
Yeah,
we will be talking about the maid I hired recently is Mysterious, as that comes out this Sunday. So that was another one we will be talking about, and that we are watching together.
Yes, another one.
Yes, thank God. Now, if you can watch Isekai Ojisan, that's less for separate.
We'll see.
Alrighty. Until then, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Arigato, anato faku, and sayonara.
Sayonara, minasan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. End broadcast. I always forget to do that first.